Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it. Toby and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Toby, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side floor. Go to get large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
What's up?
How are you, man? Well, I mean, I know it's not all good right now, but
yeah,
you know, the fish, huh?
Hey, watched it last night.
How does that make you? How does that make your torn ligaments feel?
I got to tell you, they're fun to watch. I mean, they're able to get out of some touchy situations with pitchers that I didn't know had it in them.
Right.
But it always seems like the bats have left themselves a little wiggle room.
They got some guys who can hit, man. I mean, Otto Lopez just keeps doing it. It's crazy.
It's crazy. And then Conine's coming around because he's starting to bash the ball.
Yeah, that was certainly a nice step up. And I think that's also kind of been a thing because you lose Owen Casey. He goes down with the injury. All right, Griff steps in there. Boom, he's tying things up. And I mean, you just had Seattle. Like they probably just felt like this entire series they were seeing.
Who's the first baseman for Seattle?
Naylor.
We just let him run around the base. He ain't fast. He just moseying around the bases like, you know what? I think I'll do this. And
you know, Josh Naylor used to be on the Marlins.
Really?
Yeah, Josh Naylor was a Marlins prospect. I think he was one of their first round picks. But he got in trouble back in the minors for playing a knife game.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, he tried to. They were playing against like. I think I don't remember if he injured himself or injured a teammate. I can't really recall. But yeah, he ended up. I mean, he never ended up with the Marlins. He never played for the Marlins. He was getting too many shenanigans. And then who did he get traded for? I think he got traded for. Oh man, I forget who we dealt Josh Naylor for. It was a pitcher. I remember that. I feel like we dealt him for like a mediocre pitcher, and he ended up having a really nice career, mostly with Cleveland.
Right.
So, yeah, big Canadian slugger. So,
yeah. But he ran around the bases and then I mean, is that like it happens like in sports? You panic when it actually calls for relax. Like the pitcher could have took his time and threw that ball over there, but he kind of rushed it and threw it God knows where. That's an earned run on him. He basically threw him around the bases.
We'll get to your headlines here. Those are brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And when you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Good morning, Vlad. How are you?
I'm good, Tobes. Leroy, what's going on?
What's happening? Other than my elbow, I'm good.
Yeah. It's rough. It's a rough week.
Yep. Next week, I'll be out a couple of days or maybe the following week.
Surgery?
Yeah.
Oof. So you tore it?
Yeah. Yeah. But not, he said, usually when it's a tear, you can do rehab and fix it. But he said, yours is hanging on by one little strand. So be careful.
Playing golf after you did that injury didn't help matters.
I did. Well, no, Vlad, this is the honest truth. This is the honest truth. When I made a good swing, I felt no pain. Nothing. Right? When I made a bad swing, it hurt like hell. So I won't say that it made it better, but at that point, I don't think I made it any worse. Because I heard that when I heard the pop on Saturday, I said to Mel, I said, I think I just tore my bicep. She goes, get out of here. I'm like, I'm serious. And I usually know these things. And that was less than a week. Thank goodness for the doctor and the MRI people
Yeah,
that
thank
saw me
goodness for
right
that.
away, because it happened on Saturday
Mm-hmm.
and I'm done and waiting for surgery. And if you go to certain places, you know that's a 2-3 week process,
Right.
if that. So kudos to them, man.
So the Marlins win yesterday, 8-4. They complete the sweep. They are 52 and 42.
That just sounds good, doesn't it?
10 games over 500 for the first time since 2023.
You know what I like doing?
Mhm.
I see the Marlins record, and I'm like, who else got a record this good? Ain't many.
Not many.
Not many.
Not many.
Not many. And now we need to really start saying, okay, who can this team compete with?
The Marlins
Everybody
right now.
everybody except the Phillies and the Braves.
Yeah, those have been the only
Who happens to be in their division.
right.
Which
But they
is
got
like that's like being a member of the NFC West.
but
right?
you know, yeah, the Phillies have really like kicked the snot out of them this year. The Braves they haven't won series against, but listen, second half is going to be right there for them. I mean, they're still 3 games back. And but yeah, man. I mean, like, listen, the National League's got some good teams, but the Marlins right now, what is it?
One of them.
They have, I mean, they're within striking distance of basically everybody league wide, except for the Dodgers and the Brewers. Everybody else, like, they're right amongst those teams of record.
Right. Well, they play the Brewers right out of the gate. All-Star break.
Yep, you're in trouble, Christian Yelich. Telling you right now, dude. That old baby deer. You could have Tyler Hero throw out the first pitch, huh?
Oh, that would be. Well, you think they troll like that?
I don't know.
That would be a good troll.
It would be a good tie-in.
That would be something Tobin would do.
Or, you have you have him throw it to it, and then maybe Tyler Hero and Christian Yelich can just compare notes on old Tobe sports takes. Like, oh yeah, that guy made me. I made him eat crow. And then Tyler Hero's like, not me. So it was weird. They put out a video yesterday of the Bucks, like all the new Bucks together,
right?
And it was strange. It was like
looked like the old Heat.
It did, but they're all wearing the Bucks gear and stuff.
Milwaukee, what's up, Bucks fans? It's Khalil Ware.
Bucks Country, what's going on? It's Jaime Hawkins Jr.
Tyler Hero here. Super excited to be back home, representing the city, the state. I'm excited to get there, get the season started, get rolling with you guys, especially with the crew that I rode in with.
Super excited to meet all the fans. Super excited to get in my uniform and start playing in front of you guys.
I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to touch down in Milwaukee. I'm out here in Vegas right now with the Summer League team. Let's make something happen.
Bucks Country, let's ride.
Just meeting all the guys, meeting everybody. I'm super ecstatic. Once I get to Milwaukee, I can't wait to meet all you. Go Bucks.
Do the Bucks say
you're gonna do a lot of wait. I don't want to do this.
Hmm?
Do it.
It has to be done.
Do it.
He got a lot of energy for a guy who don't play basketball.
Well, you're close to home.
He gonna be home until he not playing, and then everybody gonna feel the same way we did.
Yeah, but I mean, you're home.
I feel like the one that just really like stung was watching Kalel. I'm like,
oh, come on, don't do this to me.
Hey, I want to ask you this, Tobin. How do you feel about number 7 being worn by Giannis? Is that like
how do I feel about it?
Yeah, is that kind of like because remember this was the guy that nobody wanted to. The Heat didn't want to give up, but then he finally gave up, and he wore number 7. So now Giannis.
I didn't really think much of it, Vlad, just because it was going to be worn by Conwell anyway. Like they had already given it away.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't like it was 7 was going to get worn this way one way or the other, and then poor Ryan Conwell got called up by the equipment manager, and he told reporters, he has said the equipment manager called him, he goes, "Big dog wants your number."
I mean, 3 + 4 = 7, so I guess
Yeah, I mean the guy I feel bad for is Crazy Andy, because he had all those jerseys printed out already.
No, were they pre-ordered or did he had them printed out?
They were out already. No, they had them out. They were selling them in Heat stores already. The ones who got online orders were fine. Like, they obviously can send those to print afterwards, but no, they had to do exchanges for the Antetokounmpo jerseys. For anybody who got one.
Wait, let me ask you this: do you keep it as a kind of?
I think it depends. Like, if you had that kind of disposable income, but if you saved up for it, I mean, jerseys aren't cheap. So if you saved your 120 for a Giannis jersey, I think I want the right Giannis jersey.
Yeah.
Jaime doesn't look happy. Look at him, man. He's not going to get a tan in
Who?
Milwaukee. Jaime.
Oh, Jaime.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at that.
Khalil, I mean, that's just
hurt.
Yeah,
that hurts
that's just
me.
wedding. That's no. That's just he's happy because he just got out of his honeymoon. That's just wedding bliss. So he's happy.
Yeah,
that's just Jaime.
I mean, he happy because he probably gonna have to play a lot.
Tyler, look, he got bulkier.
No,
he got some muscle.
He's got that summer
glow. As soon as he get down to them chicken legs, it all averages out.
Yeah, well, show us those ankles.
That's what we ought to do. When Milwaukee comes here, we should all go on the court and do the chicken dance.
Do you think we could see an awkward exchange today? Do you think because the Heat and Bucks play Summer League today? They play at 4 o'clock. So I think you can watch it on.
I don't think it's gonna be awkward.
It could
for Jaime. I don't think it's gonna be awkward for Khalil, because I think Khalil looks at it as, now I got a chance to ball.
No. Right? You know who I know it's awkward. I'm talking about the leaker. I'm talking about Mr. DMs.
Tyler and Bam when they see each other.
Yeah. I mean, everybody else has seen each other. They were all at Bam was at Jaime, or was at Khalil's wedding with Jaime.
How does Bam view Jimmy?
How does he view him?
Like because that's worse than this.
It wasn't exactly there wasn't.
You see what I'm saying? Because
dapping, there wasn't any dapping up.
Like that was a situation where, like, as a player, you are more upset about how you played and how you represent, how you say you fight for your guys. I think they had a bigger problem with that. With Tyler, it's a little bit different in that he was hurt. It wasn't a matter of him not giving forth effort whenever he could.
Yeah, I'm not talking about his play though. I'm talking about Tyler Hero being loud in people's messages about Bam's salary.
Yeah, that's because he wanted it.
I'm sure it is, but I want to know.
I want to see if there's you think Bam go up to him and say, "Keep your hands out of my pocket"?
Yeah, maybe. I think everybody else is cool.
Bam is so class personified. I think he just. I don't know. I don't think he says anything.
Maybe he goes over to Tyler, gives him a hundo.
Nah, you in my wife's city. You can't be talking trash to me. You can't be taking shots.
That's tonight at 4 o'clock. Today at 4 o'clock. I think you can watch it. I think it's on Local 10. I think it's on PLG. I know it's on Amazon Prime as well. So if you want to watch Heat and Bucks, 4 o'clock today. So lots to dive into here on the program. We got a busy sports weekend, including we got the big fight night tomorrow, and there's no better place to trade the action than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, as Conor McGregor steps into the cage for the first time in 5 years against Max Holloway. This one is at welterweight. If you guys think Holloway can avenge his 2013 loss to McGregor, they had the press conference yesterday. The former featherweight champ is trading at 66%. So $100 trade has a $147 payout. McGregor, if you think he get his first win since 2020, that's trading at 34%. So a $100 trade gets you a $273 buyout. You can get Holloway to win by KO. That's trading at 51%. Win by decision, 12%. Not a lot of faith that that Conor's going to be able to see the final horn in this one. You also can trade on Paddy Pimblett and Benoit Saint Denis. I kind of like Paddy as the upset there. He's trading at 44%. For this matchup. So a $100 trade gets you $218. On Kalshi, you're trading against your peers in a live market. meaning there's no house. And as the probability change, you can buy in and out of your position for a limited time. You download the Kalshi app. Use my promo code Tobin to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
WQAM broadcasting live from
All right, welcome back, you rascals. It is Tobin and Leroy back with you here on FM 104.3 WQAM. Leroy, can we get a weather update brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting? Replacing roof repairs, maintenance, hurricane impact, windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Out of the east at about 10 to 15 miles an hour, and it's a heater. I got to say it's somewhere around 90 degrees. Yeah. It's weird that the temperature stays at like 89 to 92, but it feels like it's 105.
Yep.
Other than that, always expect a shower in the evening, even though it really hasn't been raining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to say, like, be careful.
Also want to give you guys a world football scoreboard brought to you by your local Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is truly unmatched for every match with 29 degrees of drafts of Michelob Ultra, spicy margaritas with Casamigos, and unrivaled views all tournament. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views. Yesterday, France, they advanced. They beat Morocco 2-0. Kylian Mbappe, he scored for France. He's good. Yeah, that kid is good. What can you say about him? I mean, he just scores every match.
20 games, 20 goals. That's it.
It's amazing.
I can do math. I'm not that dumb. That's a goal a game.
Top notch. So good for him. He has got France advanced. Today, 3:00, we have Spain and Belgium. So Belgium, of course, beaten breaks off of USA on Monday. And so they will take on Spain to try and advance to the semifinals later on today. Tomorrow, right down here in Miami, we have the Vikings and the Blokes. We have Norway against England at 5:00 from Miami non-sponsored stadium. And you guys,
do we have enough beer to give Norwegians and the British?
I hope so, dude. I hope so.
I don't know. We can. I don't know. We have.
I don't know.
Glad. Drink.
I mean, this is like, I remember one time when I was doing concession stands for Dolphins games, and we had to cut off the beer after halftime. Man, those New England fans were so mad. I mean, they nearly rioted. They were pounding on the plexiglass. Let me get my beer. And so just imagine you got the intangible roots coming in here. And how they're going to act. I mean, they could get to a real hooligan nature. You know what I'm saying? Now, what has the tailgating scene been like at the World Cup? Are you allowed to tailgate?
I don't know what football tailgating scene is like. I don't think they're able to tailgate like the football.
Don't American they tailgate football somewhere else and then do the little walk to the stadium?
I know they did that for the Marlins game, like the Tartan Army did that. But I don't know what is the culture of that before games, especially when you're in this like centralized locate. Like, where do you party at the Walmart? I don't really know. I was just curious. I didn't know if anybody knew what the whole deal is there for.
Wait, what's that restaurant that's there? That fast food chain? Like the only one that's it.
There's a Sonic.
The Sonic, that's where everybody meets up at the Sonic.
A little further down, there's a Dunkin' Donuts on the corner. That's been there. There's also a Starbucks a little bit further down. I've gone to that Starbucks a time or two. I don't know that there's a Denny's. There is a Denny's, I think, close there.
There is a Denny's.
Is there a Captain Hooks or a Long John Silver's there? I can't remember which one it is. No, I think the only Long John Silver's is in Pompano still. I mean, who the hell is going to Long John Silver's?
The old.
I mean, geez, they outlasted restaurants you never thought would go away.
Long John Silver's?
Yeah.
You think anybody just told him that they were closed? Like, maybe he's just getting his own supply from like the docks. It's like, I'm not closing a Long John Silver's. Shmee says if there was a Planet Fitness there, Tobin wouldn't know. All right, you bastard. Thanks a lot. Also tomorrow at 9:00, if you want to see the GOAT, Argentina and Switzerland in Kansas City. So
they said only 8 or 9 teams have actually won the World Cup.
Countries.
People said that, or that
countries.
Yeah, I think that sounds
throughout all of the like think about that.
Leroy.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. It's not.
I mean, Brazil was like hogging them all in the 60s, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's every 4 years. If this
Right.
was like this was a yearly competition
I got
and
you.
only 9
You
countries,
think it'd
went,
be?
then I
You,
would
I
say,
don't think it's. I don't necessarily know if it'd be any different.
I don't know either. It
The
may
best
not.
teams, the best
Are gonna win.
teams. Now, I would say if they did it yearly or biannually, I think that there would be probably a lot of guys that wouldn't play as much, and so then the other teams would have a chance.
Brazil's got 5 titles. Germany and Italy have 4
4.
apiece. Argentina's won it 3 times. France twice. Uruguay twice. And then England and Spain have won it
Once.
So can anybody so who's new? So Norway could be their first time, Belgium could be their first time, and Switzerland. But I don't know if anybody thinks they're going to. Who's the only team that's got a chance there? Is that Norway?
Who's
What do you
going to
mean?
be?
Chance to what? Chance
To
to
win it. To actually to out of those 3 teams, first
Is
time.
anybody going to beat France?
Probably I don't know. Maybe
Spain or Argentina could be France.
But could Norway? Or
if you know
if
Holland if Thor has one of those games, maybe. But you know, there's a little sickness that's going on with the team right now. They had to move from hotels.
What?
Yeah, too much construction going
Too much
on.
Astron?
Well, no, they said too much construction was going down at the hotel where they were staying at, and also there's a bug going on with the team as well.
A bug, eh? Interesting.
But
Is that what they say?
That's what they say. Astron might be a bug, you know. Astron could be a bug.
I mean, what is this? I mean, there's this Holland down here. He probably doesn't know what to do with himself.
Oh man, if he goes to 11, it's over.
Crazy. Nobody let the Kachucks near Norway showing him around. Although Anton Lundell kind of looks like Norway, even though he's Finland.
Yeah. Well, it's the Nordic look, right?
He looks he looks Targaryen.
That's about how everybody looks in Minnesota, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of 6-foot women in Minnesota.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell of a volleyball squad.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Wild. Yeah, so that's your look at the entirety of your World Cup slate. And so we'll keep an eye on that, everybody, and looking forward to seeing all the action tomorrow as that gets underway. Meanwhile,
are you upset, Tobes?
About
a certain transaction in the NBA is now.
Yeah, I was just gonna get to this.
Actually, well, I was reading your mind. I was kind of reading your mind, but I kind of want to throw you the alley-oop so you can just dunk on Adam Silver in the NBA. But how do you feel, Tobin, that the NBA is holding on? They're delaying the trade of Kawhi Leonard to the Toronto Raptors because of the investigation that they're doing with the Clippers.
So here's the thing. This is being misrepresented because the NBA didn't do some noble thing here where they're like, stop Raptors, don't make this trade. Basically what happened was, that's the way it was represented, Vlad, yesterday. Like the NBA said, we cannot allow this to happen because we don't want you guys being left holding the bag. And so yesterday, that's the way it was reported. When in reality, what happened was Toronto's attorneys came to the franchise and is like, they were on the official trade call yesterday, and they told them basically, you guys got to make sure you're protected because this NBA does nothing for when they trade investigated players. You need to get some clarity on this. Otherwise, you're going to be left holding the bag. And so they asked the NBA, hey, is that true? Or are we going to be left like holding the bag if Kawhi gets suspended or his contract gets voided from the aspiration? And the NBA, being the gutless rats that they are, they're like, yeah, of course. That's what we do. When we trade a player who has a known investigation behind them, you're stuck you're stuck with all the mess. That's what we do. Did you not see what happened to the Miami Heat and Terry Rozier? So the Raptors are basically in hold up mode right now.
So it's the Raptors, not the league.
The league didn't step in and do anything. Basically, the league let them know, like, yeah, if something happens to Kawhi Leonard, you're cooked. And so that was what happened yesterday. It was made to seem like the NBA stepped in like some noble knight here, but that's not what they do. If anything, it's worse. It's like, yeah, no, we would leave you screwed again because we don't do anything about this. Even when we have a known investigation or a known situation that happens, we screw the teams that make the trade. Now, the Raptors and the Heat, it's a little bit different from this regard, Vlad, because this investigation isn't secret. Like, we all knew that the Clippers are getting investigated. So I think we all assumed when Kawhi Leonard got traded from LA to the Toronto that he was in the clear, because why would the league allow that in the first place, even to get reported, even before it was official? That's the thing that's a little bit weird. It's not like the Raptors had anything hidden from them. They know what Kawhi Leonard is going through. Hell, they've had Kawhi Leonard. They probably have been in on some of these payroll shenanigans with him anyway. And maybe either weren't worried about it or got word that nothing was going to happen to him. But it's a little different from the Miami Heat in that the Miami Heat were screwed way worse because the Terry Rozier thing wasn't revealed to anybody. Nobody knew that he was getting investigated for gambling. Nobody knew that this was a controversy that was going on with him. It was left in the shadows, and that's the way the NBA wanted it. So it's a little bit different in that, yeah, they had some idea that there was some cloudiness around Kawhi, but it seems that their initial intel was, oh, he's going to be fine. And then before they made it official, the NBA is like, hey, whatever happens to him if he gets traded, like, that's on you guys. It's not on the Clippers anymore. And so obviously you're going to wait to get some kind of resolution. Now, true to the NBA's fashion, what the hell is taking so long? Like, how do you not know whether or not Kawhi Leonard did something wrong at this point? You guys have been investigating for what, the whole damn year? Well, what the hell's taking so long?
Right. Well, here's the problem. And here's what I feel the problem is. There is no way in hell he came up with that idea. Right? And say, oh, you know what? You can give me some additional money if you have this company pay. Kawhi didn't come up with that. So you got to find out who brokered that deal. And it's between the Clippers and the company. Now, then you got to figure out what's the penalty.
Yeah,
because if they try to go around the salary cap to get a player more money, and that's the reason why he signed, those penalties have to be substantial.
Yes, and I think that it's one of those things where I think at the very least, I would guess that Kawhi Leonard's contract would get voided.
But it has nothing to do with Kawhi.
It doesn't have nothing to do with Kawhi because Kawhi was under the umbrella of the Clippers. And so, like, if Kawhi's told, hey, we can't have you take a max this year, but wink, we're going to do this whole thing. And he didn't even do anything. The thing that's unfortunate with this whole situation is Kawhi could have done a couple of things for this company to make it look a lot better. The fact that
he said, no, I ain't doing nothing.
Well, I don't even think that it's either he said that he wasn't doing anything or they didn't make him do anything. Like, the idea that you couldn't cover a couple things, be like, hey, Kawhi, let's retweet a couple things or post a couple things on Instagram or shoot a billboard or something like that. Because this was always joked about, I think, back with like Dirk taking a discount that like Mark Cuban paid for the rights of a movie or something like that to make it good. So I think there's a reason why maybe owners aren't standing on the table, because I'm sure that chicanery, like, let's be real, bro. You don't think that Jalen Brunson and the Knicks have a wink something going on there?
No.
Like, let's be real. Okay. You want, like, no one's taking their championship away. It's that's not what happens. Of course they do. Of course they do.
We do everything by the letter of the law.
Of course. Yeah. So, sure. Sure. Listen, do you think I would care if I found out today?
Vlad didn't believe it so bad. He had a hard time winking. He was like,
I don't think they did anything like that they can illegal, but the fact that Buddy's father was on the staff already kind of led you to know that he was going to be a Knick sooner or later. And his so-called quote-unquote godfather is running the team. Yeah. Everything was already.
Look at Shohei Ohtani. I'm deferring $700 million. Like, it's not the first shady deal, but the problem in the NBA is because of how trades like that throws into, hey, we're trying to put the team together. There's all these restrictions. That's why owners are going to be pissed about it. Right. So I think suspending him seems strong. Like, I feel voiding his contract and then seeing what he can just go get with the new team, that probably seems like the biggest punishment. Like, he loses 50 guaranteed and he can only sign with whatever somebody gives him. But I don't know what happens to Ballmer. Like, I don't know what the rules are there as far as an owner is concerned.
But that would benefit Toronto, right?
I guess. I mean, it depends on
they
how
get
much
they get to keep whatever they traded him for.
Now they get Brandon Ingram back.
Right. Yeah, they get Brandon Ingram back. That's awkward. But the other thing is, well, does Kawhi want to go play to Toronto for the mid-level exception? You know what I mean?
Right. Where he wants to get paid. He wants to try to recoup that $50 million.
Yeah, Kawhi might do something like, oh, all right, well, I guess I'm going to go play for who, he could go play for any contender he wanted to then at that point.
Hold on, though, Tobin. What if that leads a chance for Kawhi to come to South Beach?
I suppose it could. I think the thing that's going to be interesting, though, is that would actually be like the one. I guess it would depend on where the Heat feel like the LeBron thing is, because I feel like they're kind of holding the rest of their mid-level exception for him.
You would rather have LeBron over Kawhi, right? That's that. Vlad, you got Kawhi. Well, because here, Vlad, can I?
No, I would run LeBron for the one simple fact I know that LeBron will play, even injured. He'll try to play. That's the only way. But I mean, they're both old. Just one guy's 6 years younger than the other guy.
6 years.
It's crazy.
But he's old.
And the guy that's old is still playing at an unbelievable level.
Well, I just think, to be honest with you, the greatest feat that LeBron has had over this last 3 or 4 years is his availability. Right? And if you look at Kawhi, you sign Kawhi, he can mysteriously be out for the first month.
It was funny though. Like, he was at the Kyle Lowry press conference this week because Kyle Lowry officially retired as a Raptor, and Kawhi showed up. Like, that was surprising in its own right that Kawhi even showed up for Kyle Lowry's thing in Toronto. I was like, he does things publicly. He shows up in support. I thought he was just like in his lab, just being a robot. That's what I assume Kawhi Leonard's just always up to.
Tobin, the Six loves Kawhi, man. Like that's their second favorite son after Drake.
I assumed that he was just somewhere recharging right now, Vlad. I didn't know that he was going to show up already. He got there right away. So
because he wants to get paid.
It says that the Raptors really do want him. They want this to happen, but I guess they just need to find out from the NBA. Like, and I guess the word is they'll get supposedly there's some meeting this week in Vegas with the board of governors. So they should have an answer by then, but man, yeah, the NBA deserves no credit. They didn't do anything. And if anything, it just reiterates what cowards they are over there. Oh, a team wants to make a trade and we're taking forever with an investigation, or we don't tell anybody about investigations, or it's just a no action league. It's just what happens. They just do it to look good. Ridiculous. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. We got a UFC 329 coming up. We'll talk to a couple of the combatants in the fourth hour today. We'll talk to Robert Whitaker and Gable Steveson and get you ready for that. Excited to see Gable's UFC debut. Everybody thinks that he's going to be UFC heavyweight champion. He's taking on a guy still around the same record. I mean, they got a guy with 3 fights. That's all Gable has right now. But every one of his fights has been a massacre.
But I wanted to ask you this. Who you think is, as underdog, who you think has a better chance to win? And I think I already know this. Was it Patty? Or
Patty Pimblett?
Yeah, or Connor.
I just don't have a lot of faith in Connor for a lot of reasons.
It seems like he should be more of an underdog, right?
I mean, he's a pretty sizable underdog. He's a pretty. Let me get the because I've only been doing Kalshi, but like just in.
I thought he was like
lines,
-225.
Conor McGregor and Max Holloway odds,
or plus 225.
He is, yeah, he's like plus 200. That's honestly pretty. Yeah, that is pretty favorable to him. Now, he obviously has a big fan base, but I think if you think Max Holloway is going to lose to Conor McGregor, you just think that he's not recovering from losing to Ilia Topuria, like, because he got beat by him. But I mean, if you want to MMA math it, like, Justin Gaethje just beat Ilia Topuria and he knocked out Justin Gaethje viciously. He lost to he lost to Charles Oliveira recently. That was a really boring fight. It was kind of a grappling fest. I just think that, back when Conor beat him was when Conor was one of the best fighters on the planet at 145 pounds. This is an old, bloated, now drawn out 170er against a guy who's, you've been in there with the best of the best, and he's been one of the more active fighters. I just don't see how Conor McGregor wins outside of a lucky shot. I really just don't.
Right. So, and Patty's minus what?
Yeah, Patty's odds. Let me see. Pimblett against Benoit Saint Denis. He's a slight 120 plus 120 plus 130 underdog.
Oh, so yeah, they're pretty close.
But if I had to say which one, I like Patty more. I think Benoit Saint Denis. I just think that Patty has been in there with some, after beating, after going the distance with Gaethje, he got beat up pretty good. But I think I don't think Saint Denis is that kind of guy. I think he's like a fringe contender. I think Patty could beat a guy like that. And Scousers don't get knocked out. Plus, it's a 3-rounder.
Right.
So I think that all can go his way. I think he can win a couple rounds against Saint Denis. But Connor, if this goes past a round, I just think he
might be exhausted.
He's going to be exhausted. The other thing is, and it's honestly not been talked about enough, nobody comes back from the broken leg good. And I know that he's pumped himself with every PED known to man, but it doesn't matter. Like, there's just something about, like, Anderson Silva wasn't the same guy after that happened. Right. He wasn't. And Anderson also dabbled in the PED arts. Like, I don't know. I just
PEDs seem to work well for muscles, but not for bones.
Yeah, I
don't know that to be true or not, but it just seems that way.
He was more in his element yesterday, like, because I thought on the day he got in, he was like, he didn't even seem like himself. He was more of himself yesterday at the presser, so that was good. We got some fun Conor McGregor.
The boys are in town, I believe. The Gallaghers are in town, so I like the Oasis lads. Yeah, go ahead. You're my Wonderwall. I said, maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my Wonderwall. You've got you're
That's pure, unadulterated, raw cocaine.
So my question is, he still get to tote those belts around?
Oh, he just brought his own. Those aren't UFC belts. First of all, they have Irish colors and like they're the old UFC belts too. He's it's ever since they remodeled their belt, he hasn't won that belt.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying. It's been
no,
a minute. It's been a while since he's won a fight.
Yeah.
Get a title.
It's been a while. It's been 6 years since he's won a fight, and he beat pretty weathered Donald Cerrone. At that point. So, look, his rise was incredible. He was a great fighter. Nobody can ever take away what Conor McGregor did for the sport. Just as his importance in UFC, I think he's one of the more important figures of all time. But you're just not that guy, pal. Like he's not that anymore. We're chasing ghosts at this point. He's captivating. I'll never take that away. He's captivating. Everybody obviously wants to see everything he's going to do. But yeah, he's got a round to knock out Max Holloway. Max Holloway doesn't get knocked out like that, except against Ilia Topuria one time in his career. In fact, I think Max Holloway's that's the only person to ever knock out Max Holloway. So, and Topuria, was steamrolling at that point. Like Topuria was at the point Conor used to be. I just don't think Conor's got that in him anymore. It's going to be fun to see him actually make the guy. I got to be honest with you. I never thought he was going to fight again. I thought this was after he broke his leg. I was like, he's cooked. He's never getting in the cage again. So kudos to him for getting back, but I don't think he's not back to who he was. He's just back doing what he did.
And he's not even, I mean, what is he, 36?
36, 37, something like that.
Which is crazy because in today's fight game, that's not crazy old.
No, it's not crazy old, but you basically like the funny thing is usually the UFC is we are seeing some old guys, like Gaethje. We are seeing some old guys like have their moments. But the problem is he's not active. It's not that he's 35. It's that he hasn't fought in 5 years.
Right.
And that he's coming off one of the most devastating injuries you could have in the sport. This was Max Holloway yesterday. And he did meta glasses of Conor McGregor and his stare down for our audience. And you can see Conor getting like right up in there. And then he just throws the glasses away. This has been getting
Max Holloway is Hawaiian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he saw white remnants in that meta.
Dude, this Vlad, I saw the funniest meme ever. Some guy said somebody had put the Conor McGregor face. It says
that's what I'm saying.
Wonder Bread MMA says the last thing a line of coke sees.
Oh,
and it's just McGregor just all up in his face.
That's crazy.
Come on, B. Look at those eyes. Those are dilated eyes, man. Look at that. He is high as a kite right now.
Man.
Oh my God.
So yeah, we'll see. It'll be a fun night. It's a great card, but no, I think Max Holloway's gonna win, dude. I think he's gonna win. I think he probably stops him in like the third, fourth round, and just does his typical Max Holloway thing. That's what Max Holloway does when he shows up. Is he just obliterates people on the feet. Especially if this is gonna be obviously with Conor's injury, I don't think he's gonna kick. I mean, I think that would be pretty surprising. That would actually be an interesting thing. Like if Conor came out and completely stunned Max Holloway and threw his bad leg and tried to head kick him, and like that's the way he wins. That to me would be like that would be maybe some savvy game planning, but that would be the thing that if I was Max Holloway, I'd never see Conor just trying to throw his bad leg to try and knock me out right away. But Conor's never been a head kick guy. He's always kind of used those kicks to create distance and spike the body a little bit. So I don't know. I just again, I think it would have to be something really rare to get it done. I think this is Max Holloway's fight to win. I think he's going to avenge it, and then I don't know. Maybe they go trilogy for the next fight, and that's where they kind of go the route of Dustin Poirier. So we'll see. We'll take a break here on the program. More to come. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM as we take you guys up until 2 here on the program. It is a Friday. Happy to have you all here with us. Give you another weather update that's brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com. Currently in Miami, it is 90 degrees, 90 with a high of 92. Heat advisory going on all day. Doesn't look like any storms until tonight down here in South Florida. So got to stay hydrated, champ.
Stay hydrated.
The headlines brought
biggest misnomer is if you drink electrolytes for working out or whatever, don't drink water. It dilutes the electrolytes. Just keep drinking electrolytes.
You got that Pedialyte, dude, or you go Gatorade?
I do the packets. I put the packets in one of the liter bottles, like 2 packets, so I can have it the whole time. Or if not, I've been known to get the Pedialyte. I get the electrolyte freeze pops. Have those. Like just
freeze pops, eh?
Yeah. Very delicious.
The headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami.
You ever eat something that's so good that you wonder, there's no way in hell this is healthy, and they sell it as being healthy?
No.
Yeah.
No, nothing that comes to mind.
Because I think some of the bars that you get, I'm like, this tastes like a damn Snickers. This can't be healthy for me.
Tricking you. It's like when the old frozen yogurt back in the day.
or dog treats.
That's true. Peanut butter. Pup protein.
Leroy knows about that.
Yep.
Come on. Why? Yo, I'm hurt, dog. I'm hurt.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito, and whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Your Marlins, they win yesterday, 8-4. They complete the sweep of the Seattle Mariners. They improved to 52-42 on the season. Otto Lopez, he set the franchise record for hits before the All-Star break, and very, very impressive. The Marlins. This is from Marlins.com today. It was their 7th sweep of the season. That ties them with the 2-time World Series champion Dodgers for the most among National League clubs. And they are 26-8 since June 1st.
That's amazing.
There's a report.
That's amazing because more importantly, did any of us see that coming? See this coming?
No.
Right.
No. This is from Ken Rosenthal from The Athletic. I remember got very nasty at one time because a guy fell near him. Gave that look. And then it was like, I swear I wasn't mad about it. It's like, yeah, sure. Real.
He's not a big dude.
No, he is not, dude. No, he is not. No, he represents the Lollipop Guild. This is a report that he says. The Miami Marlins have not been buyers at the trade deadline since Peter Bendix took over as president of baseball operations in November of 2023. That's likely about to change. Barring an utter collapse, the hottest team in baseball not only intends to keep staff ace Sandy Alcantara, but add strategically to its roster, according to people briefed on the club's plans who were granted anonymity to speak freely. The Marlins' potential need include a third baseman, a back-end starting pitcher, and a high-leverage reliever. They could trade off their major league roster to protect their farm system, sources say. That's kind of interesting. Bendix and his staff can sort out the details after the amateur draft, which starts on Saturday. Much can change with the deadline still 3.5 weeks away, but Miami, which improved to from a 62-win team in 2024 and 79 to last season, their first season under Clay McCullough, it appears to take another step forward. Marlins have won 16-20, matching their single best span of the season in a 34 years. 52-42, they're tied with the Phillies for second best record in the NL East. Miami owner Bruce Sherman recently signaled that they would hold on to Sandy, telling Marlins Radio, quote, "He's our franchise icon, and for us, I look forward to him for many years in the future." and what it becomes. So we'll see. There's one note that he says, some with the club, however, are concerned with the team's 26-8 run following a disappointing 26-34 start. That this came mostly against mediocre opponents, a 3-game sweep against Seattle in which the Marlins one start against Brian Wu and George Kirby and Bryce Miller seemed to settle that question. I was about to say, like, Seattle's a good team, dude. I mean, they weren't playing awesome coming in here, but they gave that team the business. And you gotta love the guy who's probably in the office who's like, I don't know if I believe in this June. Like, you got to know there's some analytics guy that is like, it's probably Paul in the back cubicle. You know, he's got a lot of spreadsheets.
Oh,
and like the Marlins are sitting.
Well, Paul, what were they supposed to do? If they lost, you would have been upset. So now
Right.
that they won, you're upset? Like, it's
I
no
don't
pleasing
know.
anybody.
How real is this? It's pretty real, dude. I mean, how many teams you gotta beat their face in?
Sick of these nerds.
They beat the Dodgers this year early on. I give you, it was at the end of April, but they still beat them. They beat Shohei Ohtani. You know, they got a big series coming out of the gate against Milwaukee. They didn't Milwaukee in the series, but they did beat. Right? They did beat St. Louis. They beat the Rays recently in a series, and they beat Mizorowski when they beat the Brewers. So they've beaten some really good guys. I don't know. The Marlins don't strike me as a fool's gold team. I don't think you could fake your way into a month like that.
I don't think like they have to be taken serious, right? The thing, and we could say this about watching the US in soccer right now and kind of get the same thing, right? When you look at all the other countries, you see those star players that have performed under those lights, right? Every team has like one of those guys that you can count on. The US didn't have one of those guys, and it kind of at some point it caught up to him, right? And I don't know. Like, the Marlins are young. They do a lot of things well. They've won a lot of different type games, but you don't necessarily know if they can win the game, right? Like, this is the game to do this, or this is the game, or this is the series, because we haven't seen them do it. It doesn't mean they can't do it. Because sometimes ignorance is bliss. Sometimes you're so young and you so just enjoy doing what you're doing that the circumstances don't matter. There's no scar tissue there.
No, it is. And I think the thing is, I definitely would have been worried about something like that early in the year when I'm like we're all watching Liam Hicks, look like last year's Cal Raleigh. Because you're like, who the hell is Liam Hicks? Like, how is he the team's best power hitter? So that tapering off a little bit, but then going into Stowers, because Stowers had a good last year and being an all-star, like, I feel a little bit more like, okay, this seems sustainable, that there's going to be more support around it. Do they have maybe do they have like the guy like other teams do? Man, maybe not. Nobody does. Nobody has what the Dodgers have, but I don't think that they're a team that, like, you look at the things that they're going to be looking after, like, those aren't glaring weaknesses. Like, those are things that every team's probably looking for. A position player that's going to fortify a little bit more, a back-end starter, and and relief help. That's literally what every contender is going to look for. So that speaks to them feeling pretty good about their team. There's not like this over glaring thing that they need to get done right away, because they do have some guys who could fit in along the way. So I am curious though when they mentioned that they don't want to sell off the farm system, because like I wonder what the pieces on this team that they find expendable. Now, are they doing semantics there? Like, are they saying about guys who have been on the major league roster, the 40-man roster, like an Agustin Ramirez or a Connor Norby, who have been with the team, but they're not with the team anymore? Maybe that's somewhere what they're talking about, what Rosenthal is reporting. But, listen, don't get too close to him because he'll give you the stink eye. Oh, man. Keepers of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Keepers of the game. Hey, the soccer tournament is here, and we're giving away a swag bundle valued at around $300 from Sinbad Sports in the Coral Ridge Mall in Fort Lauderdale. For your chance to win, text the word PITCH, P-I-T-C-H, PITCH. Text that to 20357. PITCH. Text that to 20357 For more information, go to WQAM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Don't text and drive. We'll take a break, come back. LeBron watch continues. And there's been there's a national voice giving some interesting reasoning as why he could see LeBron ending up back with the Miami Heat. We'll bring you that next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Today, the Heat will be back in Summer League action at 4. I'll be sitting there with the pub sub, ready to take in a little Heat that are on today.
Yeah, I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat, too.
Yeah, of course. That's you always are, buddy.
Wait a minute. Is that
It's
not
true.
the pot
No,
calling the kettle black?
I listen, I love to eat. Nobody game plans their meals like you.
Hey.
You're like the Sean McVay of meals.
Oh, yeah. Listen. I did it yesterday with my wife. I said, if we're going to get Chinese, we got to get it before 6:30 because then we're going to have to wait. But if we get something quicker, then we got to go to Flanagan's.
Do you not see what I mean, Vlad? Like who thinks this stuff out like him?
Yo, you're not an offensive coordinator for food.
Hey,
why are you drawing up plays?
Vlad.
All right.
Vlad, if I'm cooking ribs, I'm like, yeah, we game plan for them bad boys on Tuesday. That's when the good ribs come in. You can't get ribs. You can't go to the store and buy ribs on Friday because they run out. So I'm going to go on Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm going to cut them up and get the membrane off. And then I'm going to season them up, wrap them in saran wrap. Then Friday.
This is crazy. He's Sean
McBuffet. X's and O's.
Get up a little bit early. Get a little bit early on Saturday and take them and put them in the sink because you don't want to cook cold ribs. You want them room temperature.
Bobby slow kick.
Hey, I don't play. And you know what's crazy, Vlad? Sometimes when I cook ribs, right, and then the ribs get done, by the time it's time to eat, I ain't hungry.
Candy Reed.
Oh, you know what? I noticed that about a lot of cooks, that when a lot of their joy is making the meal.
Yeah.
And then once the meal is done,
I'm not hungry.
They're not the ones that's hungry, to the point their significant other has to ask them, did you have a plate of your own food?
Yeah.
And then they gotta make put a side or put a plate for you on the side.
You know how many things that I've cooked that ran out, and then when I say, oh, I think I'm gonna have some ribs or whatever, and then there's none left. Right? So I end up eating other people's food. Which is crazy.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. The play call.
Hey, you got a game plan. You can't just throw stuff together.
Dade South says Clint Goopy snack. This is you.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this: when you come over to the house and eat, you appreciate that.
I understand, but I don't. Not every day is an event. Like you're even doing this with takeout.
You want to know how extensive my game plan has gotten? I have gone to work on Friday so I could get the good chili for my hot dogs.
Wow. Very.
Wait, time out. You mean you've come to the station
to work so I could
so that you can go to the store
right down the street
to get some
proper sausage, to get the chili.
Come on, man.
With that Wagyu beef.
This is like Super Bowl game planning for
hey
for meals.
Hey, I ain't even I'm telling you,
it's insane.
I just feel that when I sit down to eat a meal, right, I want it to be right. Like that's enjoyment for me. I want to enjoy. I don't have to have a whole lot, right? But I want what I have to be like some good eating, especially if you have guests over. Man, you don't want nobody leaving your house saying the food was raggedy.
Yeah, I know. But again,
he's only talking about an exhibition, a summer league game.
I'm not talking about this is you discussing what you want later. Not you have company coming over. I know you're a very great host, but you're thinking about, well, if we go here, it's got to be Flanagan's. But if it's here, it's Chinese. We only have a certain line of demarcation we can go to.
Does that, Tobin? All you said, 4
p.m. Like cover two.
Yeah.
Audible.
Hey, but sometimes if I need the blitz, I got to go to Chick-fil-A because, I need to eat right now.
All right, we're gonna
you got a game plan.
We're going to go rib rolls on 2.
Oh, yeah. Them rib rolls do not play.
RBA
So what
Richie calls
trying to
you.
say? Wendy's is the mic. Wendy's is the mic. Wendy's is the mic.
RBA Richie calls you Cam Hamrin.
Point for
You know, when I'm really hungry, I sometimes have to ask the question to Mima or the wife. So what's today? July 10th? I'll say, how long is this sandwich meat still good if it says July 3rd? Can we still eat it?
Depends what it is. I would give it a looky, Lou. It wouldn't be an immediate throw out.
If it's green, I think it's time to throw it out.
No, that's not like cheese, but meat is different.
Dade South says Shannon Slauson.
I don't like slaw.
I don't like slaw either, but people like it. What is the point of it? You just like making a meal, like having a little thing next to it.
I think it's just like if they didn't put it with, like, when you get barbecue, if they didn't put that little bitty cup of slaw there, I wouldn't even know it existed.
Crazy, man. Oh man. So Brian Windhorst was on ESPN this morning, and he was discussing LeBron options.
Of course, LeBron.
And
you think him and LeBron are cool?
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But
So-
how did he get the job? He got that job
everybody got
covering
a job.
LeBron in high school.
Listen,
Yes.
everybody's got a job covering LeBron. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
but we've all benefited off
The only person that lost their job is Skip Bayless. Too much.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he
But
lost his job because of that.
Here's what happened: LeBron on that Pat McAfee interview when he was taking shots at Stephen A. also took a shot at Windhorst.
Oh,
Because-
really? Okay.
Yeah. But I think he took a shot at Windhorst, thinking that Windhorst was taking shots at him, but it was a loss in translation.
Right.
But I mean, if there's any guy that I trust on LeBron James news,
Windhorst.
it's Windhorst.
Yeah.
So this is what Windhorst had to say, talking about the possibility of Miami this morning.
I have no doubt that they will build this roster up into a team around Giannis that will be a serious contender. But I don't know if they can do it now because the mechanisms that are in.
I apologize. That was the wrong clip. This one.
I'm just going to say, as this process has gone on, I've been thinking more and more about LeBron in Miami because when he went back to Cleveland, it was about making something right. The way it ended in Miami wasn't quite right, and there'd be something about making something right. And look, I would go to Denver. I would seriously consider Denver if I was LeBron. But if it's not going to be Jokic, why not Giannis?
All right, there you go. That was
That's some
Windhorst.
good points. Good point.
Yeah, but he also on ESPN.com, he broke down why the 6 teams that are favored to get LeBron. He broke down the strengths and weaknesses.
You know what determines your greatness? The fact that there's 6 fan bases, 6 organizations talking about it every day, and you 41 years old, and you still command that type of attention, right? That in itself says a lot about what you have done and what you have done in your sport.
Yeah, I mean, he's also in this. It's a sweet spot too. Is like he's kind of like he's waited this out of like the last pursuit that's really out there. Everything else is kind of taken care of right now. But
You think he wants to make it right with the Heat fans and Pat, and then have that be his last hurrah? Like, kind of Windhorst kind of alluded to that. Like, I don't think he really cares about that.
I think there's something to it. I don't think it's like a main motivation, but I think that, this idea that he wants to go to a new team. Look, the old don't like change. And let me tell you something about the Heat. Some things have updated, but it's the same people. Like, everybody's grown within that organization. So if you were going to go somewhere and a coach that knew you at your age and had you had a good relationship with that Team USA, like, obviously Cleveland is Cleveland and has the ties, but you've never been coached by that bozo Kenny Atkinson,
Right.
I mean, that guy, you want to talk about an overthinker. So I don't know. I think that there's something like at least Spo's there. The old, and Spo loves the old. Let me tell you something about Spo. Loves the old. He's very good with the old. He's very good with anybody, but he loves the old. So
You don't like the young. We can say that.
Especially the young and tall.
Right.
But I don't think it's a make right, but I think there is a bow on it. Like you're not going to get better than what happened in Cleveland when you went back to Cleveland. You won an all-time series against an all-time team, first title in 50 years. And Miami, they haven't won since you've left. I don't know if this Heat team could win the title, but I certainly think that they are unbelievably captivating. If they
won't be in the play-in.
No way, dude. No way. So I think that I think it's a fun story. I think it's a fun story. And I think if you're LeBron and you want some lifestyle things, I did hear an interesting thing from Gary Payton today that I was unaware of. Gary Payton was on Sirius XM, and he said that he still thinks it's going to be Golden State because LeBron's daughter apparently is really getting into volleyball, and they don't want to move her in schools. Don't know, what the I will say this, Bron, Barry University, Division II champions, multiple national tiers over. Just saying. Bucks. I'm just saying, dude. Right there in the heart of Miami shores,
By the time Zuri's playing college volleyball, Bron should be retired.
Well, I'm just saying, like a wonderful campus and a wonderful school for volleyball.
We say should.
As a former ball boy for the Barry Buccaneers, for the volleyball team. Well, actually, technically, I was doing it for the University of Puerto Rico women's volleyball team. I was doing the road, but we were, what a facility. What a facility, LeBron James.
Hey, hold on. We're not going to let you.
It's Vlad. He said he was a ball boy
for the University of Puerto Rico's volleyball team.
No, that's when he became a ball boy, so he could be the ball boy for that game.
Look, it doesn't matter what the reasons were. The point was school spirit, and you wanted to be, they needed some help for the games, and so as a president of fraternity, we brought up.
Did you ask who they were playing?
I just happened to walk in and I saw that they were playing the University of Puerto Rico. Didn't even know it was a university.
I didn't even know there was a university in Puerto Rico. I mean, I would think so, but are they talented? I would assume.
What a squad.
Who won?
Barry did. Barry's a juggernaut.
Okay.
I don't know. They found like these women out of Brazil that were like 6'7". It's insane. I would like what?
Like Barry No, like Camila Cardosa.
Yeah,
the WNBA got little lady.
Yeah.
Relax, there.
Hey,
-1 on you, Leroy.
Hey, no.
-1.
-1 too, because guess what? You got to give yourself a -1 for know what I was.
I know what you're thinking, but you didn't even let me finish saying the name, Camila Cardosa. That's
all. Man, I'm gonna have to go back on some old LeBron tweets, huh?
Yep.
About what?
Well, I wasn't like, the happy.
Oh, you talking about you?
Yeah, I got to do a lot of self-cleansing.
Let me ask you this. How much self-cleansing are you going to do if you do get LeBron? And you got Giannis and LeBron and all the crap you talked about these gentlemen over the last 3 to 5 years.
What do I say? What do I do? Well, I mean,
you're going to have to go on an apology tour.
Well, apology, it's sports. Welcome to sports.
Hey, Vlad, I have had this conversation with him, and he has yelled at me, belittled me. Never, it'll never happen. Right?
Well, it seems like what I've said.
Already got Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he said, I don't even know if I still want him.
I didn't know if I still wanted him. He was, waffling back and forth. And, listen, turns out I want him. Like, once it's here, you're like, this is great. We got Giannis, dude. Woo-hoo! Greek freak.
But Bron, all right, so say Bron decides to go home. You're going to rip Bron. Never wanted him, right? And he decides to go to Cleveland.
Will I say never wanted him? Perhaps. What I'm going to probably say is I can't believe that guy's I can't believe he anchored himself to James Harden. I mean, that to me is going to be the hilarious thing. But we'll see.
Do you think that they might just let Harden go if LeBron does sign? Because he's a
I
free
don't
agent.
know. I don't know. I mean, you're right. I don't know where, but I do think that a lot of these things are. I don't even know who Harden's agent is. It probably depends there. Like, how much does the GM value the relationship?
I
It's
mean,
a good question.
there was a kind of a wink, wink when the
Right.
trade happened with the Clippers. So
Exactly.
LeBron changes everything.
Right. Exactly. But the thing I do like about the LeBron thing, the reason that I'm not really sweating it or hating on it or anything, like people are like, oh, I'm sick of the drama. Like, honestly, like, it's not affecting the Heat moves. The Heat, their roster is pretty much set. There's a couple other ancillary pieces that are going to happen. And so if one of them happens to be LeBron James, like, cool, take all the time you need, dude. Like, I'm not bothered by this stuff. You kind of know it is a machine at this point when you see Rich Paul do the whole content parade.
Yeah, Bob Myers.
I do think it would be a great body. There's part of me that's like, I don't want Pat Riley on Rich Paul's podcast, but then, man, that would be a great podcast. Pat Riley just shooting from the hip on a podcast with Rich Paul. That would be hilarious.
When's the last time he shot from the hip? Was it with Levitar?
Really cut loose?
Yeah.
I think the last time he shot from the hip is when I asked him about the Celtics and Heat and Jimmy Butler, and he told him to shut up.
You have that way.
I have an old tweet that says from January of 2013, and do me a favor and save your, I think.
Gosh, that's 13 years ago.
And do me a favor and save your, I think LeBron may return to Cleveland in 2 years theories. Nobody leaves Miami for Cleveland.
Oh, that was bad. Sure. That was bad, Tobin. Oh, man.
-1.
Whoops. All right, we'll take a break. More to come. Back after this. Welcome back, friends. Tobin and Leroy here with you. We'll get to tickle my fancy with Leroy next hour because I don't know where he went. Something's going on over there.
Yeah, something happened.
So we'll get to that coming on up. Some of your chat comments. Miami MLB says Miami LB, excuse me. He says Tobin speaks first and then thinks speaks first and thinks later when it comes to whale watching. Yeah, that's right. You got to be along for the emotional ride. Listen, I was more measured this year than I have been, but you can't do these things without emotion. I can't. It's just not the way that I tick.
I think you just became. It wasn't even about getting Giannis. I think you wanted the Heat to get Giannis instead of the Celtics. It started to become more of. Not that I want Giannis, because obviously, but you do want Giannis, but you want Giannis more so that the Celtics don't get Giannis.
Definitely a huge portion of it. Like especially the way the Dame thing played out. Like I can't have the Heat be left out in the cold in the East once again. And what's happened to the Celtics is almost the glory scenario, because not only did they not get Giannis, but they pissed off Jaylen Brown in the meanwhile, and now they're stuck with Paul George. And who's to say that Jason Tatum's going to come back and be the same Jason Tatum? Who's to say? I don't know.
He might.
It's a nice thought, but who knows?
He was close to becoming Jason Tatum towards the end of last season.
He was. In like, what do they have him out there, Vlad? They had him out there like 38 minutes a game off the Achilles injury.
I mean, big mistake by Missoula, but
big mistake by Missoula. So you wonder if there's ramifications from that. Hard to say.
So we're going coach-wise on the LeBron hunt. Atkinson puts Cleveland down.
I think so.
And Spo and Kerr is probably the top two.
Yes, for sure. I don't think that Nick Nurse is like appealing to LeBron either, because he's another guy. He doesn't play bench guys. So he's another one that doesn't know how to deal with the old. Spo will deal with the old. You give me, here's what I need. You get the LeBron on that mid-level. You get me Valanciunas, and then you get me one more guard. Doesn't matter who it is. Say again?
Do you really want Valanciunas? I mean, I know he's a heat killer, but he's not good on defense anymore.
Just want him for the beard.
Oh, he's just Ole.
Everybody wants Vlad when you have a backup center. They just need to be there for the bits. They're not really going to play that much. You just need them in case, Jovic has foul trouble. Then you bring in Valanciunas. But I would like Valanciunas. I like his demeanor. That's all I need. Everybody likes a gimmick center. You don't like a gimmick center?
You just want a European center so you could do an accent.
I don't even know. I didn't even know that he had an accent. I think he just growls like a bear. That's what I picture him. I picture him like Nico Mikola. Just being just being a guy who's just there, and that's how I pick. I've never heard Valanciunas speak.
You see, Day Tough even agrees. Tobin needs an accent. That's what it is.
I got Jovic. Jovic isn't going anywhere. I love the fact that Jovic.
Well, you have to claim Jovic. You all last season, all last year was all about you before the season started. It was all about Jovic. Summer of 25 was all about Jovic.
It was interesting because he admitted having fat cat syndrome yesterday. He can't help but tell the truth. It's an amazing thing because anytime I read an article from him, Vlad, or an article that like Anthony Chang or Ira Winneman's gotten to interview him, I'm like, get me my popcorn because he's going to say something crazy. And he was basically like, yeah, I signed the $64 million. It was the first time I wasn't really motivated. I was like, oh. And now he's like, but I stunk last year. And you want to know what motivates you? Not wanting to be bad. I was like, that is motivation.
Oh, Ralph's telling you stunk last year. That's going to be motivation as well.
But Riley was, at least publicly, very gentle with him. Spo was not. Spo told him to stop having a victim mentality. I was like, damn. I thought when that happened, I honestly thought that he was cooked. I didn't think he was going to come back. I thought he was going to be like, Spo, Spo's going to be like, you made me look bad. We gave you this bag. You stunk. But I like the fact that now it feels like he was very mature in that he finished Serbian basketball, went right to Vegas, got to practice with the team, I think that he was talking about he's done a ton of film work already. He's been looking at Giannis. He goes, I know I'm never going to have the ball in my hand, so I got to be an off-ball shooter. I got to get my shot right. I was impressed. I was like, look at Jovic. He's maturing. He's getting some things down. You know, all that youthful exuberance and talking a little too much. Now he's getting down to action. So I was definitely like, man, I can't believe that he said that out loud, but I'm not surprised he said that out loud about being a fat cat last year. But then the fact that he is, he's doing the right things this summer to get his mind right and his actions right speaks to me.
I just joined.
Yep.
Can I say who we're talking about?
Yeah.
Jovic,
dude. So,
Vlad, do I not know this man?
Point for Leroy.
Every summer, he picks a project, and he says the same thing about that person. He said about Tyler.
This is way different.
No, is it?
Yeah, it's way different.
Because you kept showing us pictures of Tyler being swole.
Doesn't have to do with the swollenness. It has to do with actions, and the actions say.
Can we just say this about Jovic, and we can say this about a lot of guys that come into the league at an early age. He's young. He needs to learn how to become a professional.
Well, he said that. I mean, he admitted that last year.
But it happens. It happens. Like for us to just assume that this guy, like, that's a unique situation where a guy comes in and he just becomes consummate professional.
I just think that everybody
18, 19 years old.
I think that everybody also thinks he's a bit of a head case. Like everybody sees the talent highlights. Like FIBA's really been into like pumping out his games that he had over in the World Cup qualifiers because he was awesome. And then you had like even Jimmy Butler was like sharing the highlights on social media. And you remember Jimmy was in on the ground floor with Jovic, probably the last guy who was speaking to Jimmy by the time it was all over. And I just think that if he could just get the mentality with the talent, I do think there's going to be a capable NBA player there. We'll see. You know, no promises, but I'm not ready to sell my Jovic stock yet, and I'm happy to see some positivity around him because everybody really wanted him gone for a bag of donuts. Kenneth says, how long?
We've had all of our young players have been in Jovic's situation the last 2 or 3 years, right? To where the iron was hot on him early and then nobody wanted him. Like it happened with Tyler, right? Tyler was a guy, we're not getting rid of Tyler. And then as soon as you say that, he has a stinker and now nobody wants him. Like it's happened to a lot of young guys.
Yeah, but the difference is Tyler did burst onto the scene like immediately and have success. You know, like Jovic
his first year was the bubble, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But even when it wasn't in the bubble, he was having a great rookie season.
Right.
You know, it was like everybody that year was talking about like, you know, John, Zion, and that whole thing with the draft class. But Tyler was really good as a rookie. He was really, really good as a rookie. But Jovic, the difference is like it's rare that the Heat do what they did, which was invest a long-term deal on somebody. And it looked like it completely blew up in their face right away. Like they've done that. I guess you could say that like with Whiteside, but Whiteside was a little bit older. Dion Waiters, it's like, why are you giving Dion Waiters a 4-year deal? James Johnson a 4-year deal. I mean, I guess the closest thing to it's probably the Bumpy Johnson deal, even with him being a little bit older. But you know, that one they were matching a deal. They weren't even getting, you know, they didn't.
Right.
They were bidding against somebody to keep their guy.
It just seemed like recently. You know, Pat has always been known for if he wants a guy, then everybody was available except for a couple of guys on the team. And lately, he has had more guys on that do not disturb list to the point where it maybe caused certain trades from happening. And that was never like Pat. And this trade for Giannis, it seemed like he was like, whatever we need to do, right? Like, just get it done.
Right. We'll take a break here on the program. We'll get you caught up with your headlines coming up. Before that, want to let you guys know the FIFA World Cup is entering its biggest matches, and there's no better place to trade it than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Today, we have Spain and Belgium. Spain trading at 74% to win today. Belgium is trading at 26%. If you think Spain can win by 2 goals, that is trading at 34%. So a $100 trade gets you $281 to win it all. Spain is trading at 17%. Currently, I think France is the favorite at 40%. But Spain, if you think they can win the whole thing, a $100 trade gets you $555 to win the whole kit and caboodle in that golden ball. On Kalshi, you're trading against your peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probabilities change, you can buy in and out of your position. And for a limited time, you download the Kalshi app, use my code TOBIN to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions, eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trade involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. Happy to be with you guys. Let's get to our headlines this hour. And those are brought to you by Doral Kia. In Miami at a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. And the Marlins, what can you say, dude? Rolling right now. Rolling, in the words of Fred Durst. Limp Bizkit.
I got it. You didn't have to explain it.
I didn't think Leroy knew. He was like looking at me like, who?
I know who Frank Dirk is from Eminem, the Eminem
It's
song.
Fred. It's Fred, but not Frank. But
I said Fred.
Nope. You definitely said his name was Frank Dern, and that's not his name.
-1.
Right after claiming we said Leroy doesn't know who he is, and then you referred to him as Frank Dern, who
I
sounds
know
like
who
an
Limp
attorney.
Bizkit is.
That's incredible. Speaking of rolling, Otto Lopez, he had an RBI triple yesterday. Here is the call yesterday from Jack McMullen.
1-0 pitch. That one smacked past the dot to the third baseman Crawford. It's a fair ball down the left field line. Rolling into the corner. Arozarena picking it up now. Jimenez in from second. Hicks in from first. And a feet first slide for Otto Lopez. He's got a 2-run triple. These Marlins are inevitable. 5-1 Fish in the bottom of the fourth.
Now, let me ask you something. Speaking of Fish, is this irresponsible? Let me ask you this. You know, we like
If
stars.
you're doing it, yes.
Why, dude? Why can't you just hear me out?
All right, I'll hear you out.
They brought this up on the broadcast yesterday. I don't know. I don't remember what sparked it up, but it piqued my ears up because I was watching Tommy and Kyle Seeloff, and they were talking about Mike Trout, and I was like, what if we trade for Mike Trout? Like, what if we do something really irresponsible? Like, let's just do. First of all, think about this, right? Mike Trout, his team, they stink. They've always stunk. The Angels, they're awful. But what if the Marlins did something really crazy, like trade for somebody who has been one of the biggest stars in baseball, though nobody can know his face if he walked into my garage right now. I know what you look like, Mike Trout, but Leroy doesn't. He thinks you look like Frank Dern. So if Mike Trout, we did something really irresponsible, like going and trading for a guy who makes $34 million a year for the next 4 years. But what if we have finagle with the Angels a little bit? You say, hey, we'll pick up half of it. All right. We do a little trade skis, and Bruce Sherman, he doesn't pay anybody right now. So you bring in Mike Trout, you add it to this lineup, and you DH him. Maybe you throw him out there every now and then, but you add a 20 home run bat right now to this part of the season. What about that, Leroy? Let's do that, huh?
No, like
why not, dude?
Who's he going to replace?
I don't know. You kind of just figure it out. You kind of go with the matchups.
He's going to play center field.
What if you trade Jacob Marcy for him? Would you do that? Jacob Marcy had a little bit of a down year. They got their center fielder of the future. You go for a win now instead of a win maybe.
How much is that going to make a difference in what they're doing? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Besides the name and how good he has been throughout his career, how much of a difference the way they've been hitting and scoring?
Yeah.
How much is of a difference?
I mean, he's got more home runs.
Bat gonna matter.
I mean, another bat's always good. You don't like hitting?
No,
what's wrong with you?
That's not the question.
I mean, what do you mean it's not the question? Like Jacob Marcy is
so. Let me put it this way. They are what, 52 and 42?
That is their record.
If Mike Trout was on this team, how much different would that record be? Just
he's a good WAR guy. He's a good wins above.
So they'd have 5 more wins.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not.
So I'm getting. Hold on. So I'm getting to the point of: is 5 more wins at this juncture? Is that worth $30 million?
5 more wins the division.
No, all right.
So boxed in.
No, it's not. That's a lot of money for 5 wins.
Well, they're gonna have to pick up some of the tab. Tommy Hutt was mentioning. He goes, listen, whoever trades for him, they got to pick up some of that munion. So they got to pick up a little bit of that money. They got that Disney money. All right.
Right.
You guys made the mistake. You wanted to pay a guy in his 40s, and he comes down here. This is great for the old stars. We're going to have a LeBron down here, Messi, and Mike Trout.
I mean, it is South Florida. That's what they
Come on, dude. I know it's been rumored forever that he would go to the Phillies because he's from Philly, or the Yankees. He loves the Yankees growing up. But, dude, we put a swerve on their ass. And it's like the Marlins did what? Like, what if they just did something real reckless? I like it.
Nick T 9676 is correct. His last name is Trout.
Yep.
And we are the fish.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
Let's just have some fun. And by the way, they're going to make you spend some money when we come back from this. First of all, for Bruce Sherman, you're locked out next year. They're not even going to make you pay him, right? Second of all, they're going to make you pay a bunch of guys once we come back from this lockout anyway, because there's going to be a salary floor. Well, you can take care of all of it with one fell swoop. You go for the real gusto this year. Jacob Marcy's a nice player. I like Jacob Marcy. I want to have a problem with him being the center fielder the rest of the way, but we're looking for improvements. We're looking for little improvements on where we could go all over the place. So you look at Mike Trout and you're like, that could be a win now mode. He's never done his winning. He's been stuck in that sieve of how they're always that bad. It's amazing. They stink.
They do stink.
Now maybe he's maybe he's James Harden. I don't know. I don't understand how the Angels are always that bad. They had two of the best baseball players on the planet, and they were still bad. Amazing. So maybe he's the mush. I mean, maybe that's the only argument
against. That's the part of it, especially in this sport, that confuses the hell out of me.
But I do think it would
the
be
Mets went and got what? Soto, right?
Soto.
And they stink.
No, they stink. They stink so bad.
So so that's why I'm curious as to signing a player.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I'm not including pitchers. Pitchers different. He gets the ball every 5 days. But a hitter, how much of a difference can it make when you're already scoring at the clip and doing things at a clip the way you're doing?
Well, let's think about this though. We have a lot of young guys. It's interesting to know, like, how long is that going to keep going? You have a guy
we had that conversation earlier about when the lights come on, who they've never done it.
This there is a vibes element.
Neither
to it.
is
this
he.
Was, who?
Neither is Trout.
What do you mean?
Ever done it?
No, I understand he hasn't done it, but he's still a multiple-time MVP.
Okay.
Tyler Phillips, though, this was him after his game, and he said that he feels the Marlins got a college vibe going on, so maybe trading for a star. He's not saying that, but maybe you're thinking that it would throw off Kilts at the clubhouse. But here's what he had to say about how the Marlins are playing right now. The Marlins just tweeted this out.
What we learned about ourselves, I think we saw it last year. Like, we do have what it takes to be a really good team. But, man, like, these guys, they fight. Like, it's like I wear this shirt a lot. Like, every time I come out of a game, I put this shirt on. Like, we're the fighting fish, man. Like, we're going to fight to the last pitch. Even if it, like, doesn't look good, like, these guys go out there. I don't see anyone ever giving AB away. Like, we preach, do not give pitches away. Like, everybody's stuff is so good. And I think, like, on top of that, man, we're, like, you hear so many teams say, like, oh, we go out and have fun. I actually think that we go out and have fun. I didn't go to college. I went to high school. I watched these guys in the dugout. I'm in the dugout. I'm having the best time of my life. We're treating it feels like very college baseball. Like, it's like rah, but we're just having fun, and it incentivizes going out there and playing as hard as you can, because, like, these guys are just excited to try to do whatever they can to win. And I think that's like the biggest thing that we've learned about ourselves, and we go out and give it all we got. Like, the outcome's gonna be good.
All right, there you go. There's that. Now
you
listen.
know what else is fun?
Mm-hmm.
Winning.
Yes.
Right? Like, that adds to the fun too. They do look like they're having a good time though, but part of it is because they're all young together. If you bring in a veteran, how does that?
Well, it's good to be in college, but everybody needs an adult in the room. For example, the Marlins back in the day, Jeff Conine. You know, Mike Lowell breaks his hand. You bring in a veteran, like a veteran champion like Jeff Conine, you know, brings everything to kind of together. You go back to the 97 team. Who you bring in? That crazy-ass Dutch Dalton. Gary Sheffield has always said, like, they don't win it without Dutch Dalton on that team to bring everything together. So nothing wrong with a mid-season acquisition of a longtime veteran who everyone's going to have respect for. You imagine all those kids would have this reverence for Mike Trout and everything that he's done in the game. You know?
Yeah, like it's probably some a player that they, you know, followed and liked when they were in their earlier years of baseball.
listen, it's never going to happen because they're not going to do anything reckless. I just don't see it in Peter Bendix's bones.
They got to do something though. I mean, you got to get a power hitter.
I'm telling you, Vlad, if they really wanted to do something a little off kilter, you're just like, you know what? We throw one arm, we throw on one of our guys, they pick up a little bit of the tab.
I think
let's really show our guys that we're about this.
I think the Trout acquisition would be great. I think that's the move. That's the move that would let everybody know, the Marlins are really serious. And you start thinking about 97 and 03.
Now, Mike Trout, we got to get him some SPF. I mean, he looks like he's going to cook down here. But thankfully, the roof will be closed a lot of days.
You know who could talk to him? Kachuk.
Oh, interesting.
I think Kachuk can talk to him and let him know that once you come to South Florida, you'll never want to leave.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I got my brother to come. Look at look at
I think it would be like, I like this team. I want to be clear about that. I don't know if they need to do something, but I think it would be kind of fun to do something like, whoa, like could the Marlins do something that would just be like a complete jolt to everybody and be like, whoa, I didn't see that move coming, and just add to these guys and what they bring to the table. Because look, a lot of the young sluggers in the outfield have been impressive, but you do have to wonder, can they get through all this? Owen Casey, can he get through a season? He's banged up right now. Griffin Conine, he's dealt with his injuries as well. Got a little bit of sureness out there. Very expensive, but you do a little bit of sureness out there. And look, Bruce Sherman. I mean, like, this is gonna be such a big deal. Even Judge Judy's want to come to games, dude. I'm gonna tell you.
Are you trying to sell this to yourself?
No, I've already sold it to myself. I'm a star bleeper. You know me. I want all the exciting things all the time. I would love Mike Trout on the Marlins.
How old is Mike Trout?
35.
Let me look.
He's old. He's been around forever, dude.
I know.
He is going to be 35 next month.
All right.
35 next
August
month.
7th. He's a month away. Yeah.
Happy birthday to him. Gets out of the bottom of this. You imagine? He's like, what do I get for my birthday? I get out of last place. Amazing.
And I come to South Florida.
Woo. Wow.
Baseball is probably the easiest sport to adapt because it's still hitting and,
Oh, yeah. You come right in there, you make that impact. It happens. I remember Paul LaDuca came to the Marlins in the middle of 2004. They got him right off the plane. He had a pinch hit home run.
Now he's a horseman.
Yeah. Is he still doing that?
I think so.
Yeah, he was. He was on TVG, Paul LaDuca. That was a tough trade for me. They traded Brad Penny for him. We'll take a break here on the program. More to come. We're back after this. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Leroy, give us another weather update brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Helping keep your home and family safe when the storm rolls in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
All right, winds are out of the east, southeast at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. It's partly cloudy, leaning towards mostly sunny, and it's a heater. I would say it's 91, 92 degrees. Always look for a passing shower in the evening. Other than that, we're good.
We got UFC 329 tomorrow. We're going to talk next hour to Robert Whitaker and Gable Steveson, both on the card. Conor McGregor has weighed in on the scale at 170.5 pounds. So he has made weight. Max Holloway, I mean, he was going to make weight. 170 on the dot. And both of our main event combatants are set for tomorrow. They are good to go. No real concerns there. They both looked like they were going to be fine. That's why this fight is at 170. You know, that's the hope. Miami Sports says, Tobin, what about Yordan Alvarez? I mean, I would love it, obviously. I mean, the guy's got 30 home runs already, but I got a hard time believing that even the Astros are going to part with him. I mean, they're still in the division race, so I would be surprised that they would just go, unless the Marlins gave him an offer. See, I don't think the Marlins are going to do like a Godfather deplete our farm system move. They're not going to do that.
No, because they live off that's how they live.
Right. So I don't see them doing that. But get in an old guy, you throw him in a little bone. He's got a no trade clause. He gets to dictate where he goes. Mrs. Trout says, sun sounds nice. And, I want to still be by the ocean, because listen, let me tell you guys, Trout family, it does get cold in October. But not here, baby. Not here. Beautiful. Any hoodles. Speaking of trades, Davion Mitchell, he is working out in Las Vegas with the Miami Heat. And he was speaking to reporters about he has already touched base with Giannis and said that they have already set up a workout in Greece. This was the quotes that he gave to Anthony Chang of the Miami Herald. Said, immediately after I found out about the trade, I got Giannis's number and texted him. Obviously, during the summer, people will move around. So I'll just go where he's at because I'm already going to be over there anyway. He said that they kind of knew each other because they both had the same agent before he switched. He says, I said, what are you doing in the summer? I'm trying to work out with you, build some chemistry. And then he was like, do you ever go to Europe? And he goes, I'm actually going to Europe. He says, all right. And they picked the day. And he's going to pull up to Greece and work out there. So there you go. Davion Mitchell getting some Euros and hoops. Building the chemistry. Love this Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell also said to Anthony Chang, apparently has lost a lot of weight this offseason. He's dropped a lot of weight. I don't know if you've seen the videos. Of course you haven't. But if you've seen the videos, Leroy, of Davion Mitchell, showing a lot of bounce.
I mean, he's always pretty athletic. Nobody ever questioned whether he could play defense.
No, obviously he can play defense, but everybody's been very impressed with the kind of hops that he's shown in the offseason. He said that, quote, I'm getting in better shape so I could become better defensively. I think I've lost a lot of pounds. I don't know how many, so don't ask, but I know it's a lot. So he says it was a really a main goal, getting in shape, losing a lot of weight, and I'm doing a really good job. So he did mention at the end of last year he wasn't happy with his defense last year. He thought that got lost with the new system and whatnot.
Right.
And I think that he wants to get back to being the off night he knows himself to be capable of being, which is, I mean, just a real pain in the ass to go against for guards.
Yes. They don't call him off night for nothing.
They do not. They do not call him off night for nothing. So I'm sure you'll see him courtside today, as it'll be him courtside watching the Bucks. You get to see Ryan Conwell back in action. And, of course, revenge game for one Kasparis Yakuchonis, who will be suiting
Is
up
he
for
playing?
I believe he is playing. He is in. I believe he's touchdown in Vegas, Vlad. The whole Bucks contingent is over there. So it seems like we will see young Kasparis Yakuchonis. And Dr. Toboggan, you are right. The game is on Prime, and I believe it's also on Local 10 for all of our local viewers. at 4 p.m. today for those who want to watch. So you watch them. By the time that's over, then you got Marlins and Guardians. If you're not going to the ballpark tonight, you got Marlins and Guardians. Like it's 1997, dude. That's going to be Goosey's galore come Sunday.
I was thinking about going and wearing my AB jersey.
AB, huh? Oh, your Albert Bell jersey?
Yeah.
Why are you going to wear a Cleveland jersey, dude?
Because that's when I was there.
That's not good vibes.
97.
That's not good vibes, though.
But 97, I was there.
All right, but whatever, dude. It's time to grow up, Peter Pan, and get out of the past. How dare you wear a Cleveland Indians
It's
jersey?
called a throwback.
Whatever.
Yeah,
dude.
for the Marlins.
You want to wear a throwback? Wear a teal throwback.
I mean, not for the Guardians.
Why you care about Jay Crawford's heart more than mine?
That's not true.
He knows. He knows Jay.
That's
longer.
not true.
It is true. It is true.
He knows Jay. He knows Jay longer, Tobin.
It's ridiculous.
No, I haven't.
Just because he's got great television hair.
Like
That's
I'm
messed
talking
up.
about, I haven't. Listen, I've known Jay, but I didn't know Jay. Like, texting back and forth in conversations.
Who's more of a friend to you, Jay or Tobin?
Tobin.
So why you hurting Tobin's heart?
Oh, there was always going to be this was a no-win. You know what? Now that I answered this dumb question,
Why you hurt his heart?
I
You hurt his heart. You hurt his heart.
realized the path that I was going down. No matter what I answered, I couldn't win.
Ooh, what else you want to wear? Your Jim Thome jersey?
Oh, he was there too. Yeah,
he was there.
Now, if you wore Kenny Lofton's jersey, I wouldn't have a problem with it. That's
we had
your
the
man.
same. We had the same agent.
That's your exactly. That's your boy.
But I had an Albert Bell jersey.
Let's see.
What are you snacking on right now, dude? What couldn't
He's
wait
always
to the end of the segment?
I need a Pop-Tart. I haven't eaten all day. You're lucky. I almost turned my grill on and made a steak.
I'm lucky?
Wait, you gonna make a steak during the show while you're working?
Yeah.
And so I was wrong when I say he's an offensive coordinator.
This is incredible.
This is incredible.
Jim Hart barbecue.
Hey, don't be mad at me because I like to prep. That I'm just not going. Everybody say I like to eat, but I'm not just going to throw something in my mouth. I like to enjoy the food.
But Leroy, at noon, you only have 2 more hours left.
Is there a time frame on steak?
There's a time frame on working.
I don't know. What are you, a medium rare guy?
I do. Wait, let me ask you a question. Have you ever gotten up in the morning, looked in the refrigerator, saw an old couple of pieces of pizza and ate them?
Yeah, of course.
Was I stony? Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about just regular Vlad. Like regular Vlad. I listen, I've gone into my kitchen and I've looked in the refrigerator and I had a choice between bacon, eggs, oatmeal, right? Eggos, or then I see them piece of pizza, I could just throw it in the microwave for a minute.
This is what the
I
pizza
went with the pizza.
This is what the pizza.
That's what Leroy has when he has hungry eyes.
Come on, man.
That's Leroy's hungry eyes look.
Hey, I got to tell you, after this surgery, there might be a couple of days where I'm a little.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need some sympathy, feel good eats.
No, not even that. I'm talking about the stuff they're gonna put me on because it hurts now. It hurts now.
Date sauces. That's the face the dog biscuit saw.
Point for
Dude,
Twitcher.
if you don't listen, if my wife don't want me to snack on it, don't put it in the middle of the kitchen and have it look like a Nutter Butter. I'm sorry. I saw Nutter Butter. I didn't see the dog next to the Nutter Butter.
It looked like a Dookie cookie. That's what it looked like, all right? I wasn't no Nutter Butter. That was a Dookie cookie.
We'll take a break. We will come back and tickle Leroy's fancy. That's next. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to tickle Leroy's fancy. Are you ready, Leroy?
I am.
All right, let's start on the pitch. As today, at 3 o'clock, Spain, Belgium, World Cup action. Does that tickle your fancy, Leroy?
Yes. Yes,
My
it does.
fancy is
I think
tickled.
as we've gotten down to 16 and getting to the quarters and the semis and the finals, I want to see what Belgium does against these other teams to get a kind of feel where the U.S. is.
Not to simplify the matchup, Leroy, but if I had to offer you one or the other right now, would you take a Belgium waffle or some paella?
That's crucial.
What time is it?
Right now.
It's 12:41.
I take a Belgian waffle.
Okay. All right. Good matchup. Today at 4 o'clock from Las Vegas, Heat, Bucks. Tickle your fancy?
No.
Why not, dude? Ryan
Fancy,
Conwell.
not tickled.
Summer League.
Yeah, but come on. That's my retort.
You're the only one that watches this.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. People love Summer League. Did you watch last night, Vlad, the number 1 versus number 2? DeBanson versus Peterson?
I did.
DeBanson look good.
I mean, they did if you're going to take 55 shots.
Well, I mean, who else could take the shots? Old intangibles over there?
I'm just saying. It's just, you know.
Really?
Now
you talk about the intangible shooting. A lot of times they say, why does the tangible always have to hog the ball and shoot?
Not me. I don't want you got to be a real good intangible shooter for me to be okay with you getting up shots during the summer league. Or you got to be Pella Larson good, all right? What about tonight? 7:10 is your first pitch. Marlins Guardians with Sandy Alcantara on the hill, Leroy. Does that tickle your fancy?
Yes. I try not to miss a Sandy night.
My fancy is tickled.
And now I'm getting to where I can't miss a Myers night either.
Can't miss any night. The Marlins right now, they got it all going for them. And wait till they get Mike Trout.
Wait, you starting that rumor?
Yeah, no. I'm just telling you. Like, wait until Bruce Sherman's just like, he goes, Peter, my boy. I don't know why he talks like that. And he goes, what do you want? He goes, let's go get Mike Trout. And he goes, here we go.
How about sign the manager to an extension? How about that?
McCullough?
Yeah. His contract ends after this year.
He'll be all right. He's not going anywhere. Well, we saw
I
that.
think of all the coaches in sports, what I'm gonna say, the hockey coaches are the worst. They get fired without a whim, but baseball is right behind them.
Yeah, he's not getting fired. He's gonna earn a little money.
Oh, why say he's getting fired?
What if he decides to go somewhere else?
I don't know. I guess that's always you got to watch out for. I mean, Skip Schumacher, I didn't think that he was going to go anywhere, and then that was over. But Peter Bendix and McCullough very aligned, obviously, because McCullough's the one who has to be unpopular when he pulls all these pitchers. So, yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere, especially when he gets Trout.
Still pushing that.
I'm not. I mean, I think it's a thing. Hey, all I'm saying is, you don't have to do it, but just try it on right now. Walk around the store a little bit. See how it feels, Bruce Sherman. See how it feels, baby. What about Leroy coming up this weekend on the links? The Scottish Open. Does that tickle your fancy?
It does. Early morning television. I ain't got nothing to do. Can't golf. So all I have to do is pressure clean up a little bit.
Time out.
What?
Does pressure cleaning require you to use your arms?
Yeah.
Don't you have a
Be
messed up
careful.
tricep?
I can't make it no worse.
Well,
Got to have surgery.
I think you can.
No, I'm good. It need to get done.
Damage is done.
Talk to your boy, man. The damage.
It needs to get done. It needs to get done quickly.
All
I
right.
know, but you don't have
I don't
the
have what?
parts to use to make that thing go quickly right now. Your arm is messed up. Don't make it worse.
He's gonna look like Mr. Freeze in Batman Forever.
Like Hellboy.
Hell yeah. What about?
No, I'm good. I know how to take it easy.
Tomorrow, Leroy, in World Cup play,
Mm-hmm.
Norway versus England in Miami. Does that tickle your fancy?
I need to see Gronk playing soccer.
What?
That guy's fun.
Harlan.
Holland.
Holland.
Erling Holland.
My fancy is tickled.
Und scores. Can't wait to see the debauchery around town. What about at 9 o'clock, the GOAT, Messi, and Argentina take on Switzerland in Kansas City? Does that tickle your fancy?
Yes, I'll watch that. Like
My
I
fancy
guess
is tickled.
If I'm rooting for somebody, it's Argentina.
Out of everybody, you're rooting for Argentina to repeat?
I want Argentina or is the Norwegian, that is just the gentle giant.
Holland.
He's a beast.
He's been good. 9 o'clock on Paramount Plus, Leroy. The return of Conor McGregor. UFC 329 on Paramount Plus. Does that tickle your fancy?
Yes. I just want to see him get blown up, and then so we can just end it.
My fancy is
Right.
tickled.
For some reason, I look at it like this. When your parents say, go ahead on, touch the fire then. Touch it. I told you it was hot. And then you touch the fire and you burn your hand. And it's like, I told you it was hot, didn't I? Like, it's like Conor coming back. Everybody's saying it's hard to come back from that injury, or you ain't fought in 6 years, and he just trying to pick up where he left off. He go in there and get a 2-piece. You say, told you it was hot.
Look, if he is able to pull it off, obviously a monster comeback for him. I mean, he's not going in there against an easy opponent, a guy that he has beat before, but a very long time ago when he was a teenager.
Right.
But it's a tall task, dude. It's a tall task. I know he probably thinks he's got the size advantage, but that Holloway volume and speed is going to be tough to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
On Sunday, Leroy, at 1:40 on a teal Sunday, the Marlins and Guardians wrap up their series. Max Meyer's not going to start. They're going to rest him before the All-Star break. But does that tickle your fancy?
Yes. I like it. I have to watch the Marlins now. I really do.
Have to.
Because they're fun to watch.
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Yeah.
Last year you were begging for them to keep you interested till training camp, right?
Yeah.
Because we all thought the Dolphins might have still have something, the talent.
No, I
This
said
year there's no talent for the Dolphins, and the Marlins are way better than they were.
What did I
last
say? I
year.
said it's must-watch TV. What else can I say?
What else can you say?
I didn't say I've never said with the Marlins.
I want a little oomph. I want more.
I don't think he's got a lot of
energy
oomph right now, dude.
Huh?
Yeah,
I think he's biding his energy for pressure washing.
Oh yeah, I'm a pressure wash.
Coming
I
out
got more energy.
in theaters this weekend, Leroy, the live version of Moana. Tickle your fancy?
No, I guess it doesn't tickle his fancy.
You gonna ask me like
Fancy not tickled.
It's The Rock, though.
It's The Rock.
I don't care if it's old Rock, not CGI Rock that's been in the last.
And
CGI
finally,
Rock been in a lot of movies.
True. Finally, Sunday at 9 p.m.
Yes.
The Love Island.
No, you know.
USA.
You got it. You
season
got it.
finale.
Hey, don't play with me.
That's
Don't
what's
play
on.
with me.
Tickles your fancy. I'm happy for you. I'm glad
No,
you're
you
finding
know
fun
where
of
I'm
it.
gonna be at 9 o'clock.
I'm happy
Stop
that you're
playing.
there. I'm glad that you're there. I'm glad
Stop
that you
playing.
you can watch House of Dragon anytime. There's only one Love Island finale.
Nope. It's not a finale if I never saw the first ones.
It's honestly the worst. Like, you talk about a show that I really love and is just such a useless final week because they're just trying to make everything wrapped up in a bow and happy. It's like, it's so boring. Like, I watched yesterday, it was the parent episode. I'm just like, ugh.
Why have you guys you, Jennifer, Brittany, have been miserable this whole season of that?
The season's just stunk. I really like it. Just hasn't it hasn't played the same notes as past years. I don't know why. I know that they tragically lost one of their producers. I don't know how important that guy was on making some of the decisions, but they've been just bland this year. Really, it's only had basically one storyline. That's been Melanie and Sincere, and then wherever Kenzie, whatever she's bouncing to. And they tried to give you like a little bit of that at the end, but somebody got a hold of this. Dylan and was like, "Hey, stop being a dummy. You're almost to the finish line." So, yeah, it just hasn't been as good. Yeah, it happens. Shows just aren't as good. I think I might have to go watch the UK version after this. Maybe be a palate cleanser from all of this. That's the real Love Island. Back in the day when they really were trying to, get Love Island propped up and everybody would, the USA Love Island was not the UK Love Island. The UK Love Island was the Love Island.
But you just like the accents.
I do like the accents, but I also like the way they speak. Like the culture. I feel like the culture of British Love Island is better. Like
it's like being rude while not being rude,
right.
Being nice while not being nice, because
right.
the words they use and the way they say it. Right.
Yeah, it's better. Like, you can just tell that a lot of these people just want to be influencers. Whereas in Love Island, UK, I feel like they're there for love. Different. Just different. So we'll see. But the finale, Sunday at 9 o'clock. So looking forward to that. Hey, we'll take a break, get you caught up with your headlines and all types of things when we come back with more after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Start off, give you one final weather update. That's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. Currently in South Florida, it is 92 degrees. Yeesh. Heat advisory still in effect. Maybe some rain a little bit later on. It looks, you know how the weekend's going to go. Some scattered storms throughout, but very hot, very soupy, and good luck to everybody out there. Good luck to all our players. If you're going to, if you're from Norway and you're down here for the party tomorrow, or you're English and you're here to watch the showdown tomorrow, got to stay hydrated, champ. And I'm not just talking beers, all right? Mixing a couple waters along the way. All right, when you're drinking out of your Viking helmets and you're having the time of your life, throw in a Zephyr Hills, huh? You'll be all right. Just make sure you mix it up a little bit. Otherwise, I don't need anybody passed out under the canopy yesterday or tomorrow. The headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia in Miami. At a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you save with your Pricito. Save now with your Pricito at Doral Kia. The Marlins, they're going to be back at it tonight. They open up a 3-game series with the Cleveland Guardians. Sandy is on the hill tonight. 7:10 is your first pitch. 6:30, Marlins on deck gets underway. And you'll be able to hear that right here on WQAM. Tomorrow, it's a 4 o'clock first pitch. And then you got 1:40 on Saturday. So the Marlins coming off their 7th sweep of the season. They really handled Seattle, who jumped out to a 1-0 lead.
Yeah.
And what can you say about how this offense has been absolutely rolling? They got Jansen Junk back yesterday.
Weirdest run ever scored.
Say again?
It was the way that run scored.
Yes. So it was good to get Jansen Junk back. Otto Lopez, he sets the record for most hits before the All-Star break. And he said after the game, quote, "We want October here in Miami. That's what I'm focused on." And mind you, the Marlins have yet to have a playoff game in their new building. They have never.
I heard that last night.
They've never had it happen. They had the COVID year. They had the year where they had to go out on the road for the series in 23. So they've never they've never been able to get a series in Lone Depot Park. So it would be cool to see those festivities, because I mean those were some of my favorite games ever to go to, and the 03 playoff run. I went to all those games. So to see it in that building would be pretty cool if they're able to pull this off. And right now, pretty strong positioning in the wild card, but obviously can still have bigger goals ahead. You get this series, go into the break, and then you start off hot and heavy in Milwaukee, and you not only take Giannis from Milwaukee, you take their baseball team soul. That's what we got to do. That's what we got to do, dude. Meanwhile, your Miami Heat, they'll be back in Summer League action this afternoon, 4 o'clock. They'll be in action tomorrow at 3:30, Leroy. So if you can't catch today, Summer League is also tomorrow against the Orlando Magic. So just in case you want to.
I do not want to watch another game in any capacity between Orlando and Miami.
Different year. This is the Giannis era that's upon us right now.
We say that every year, and then at the end of the year, you say, "We'll get them next year, champ."
I'm telling you, this is a different year. This is a different year. Okay. Just buckle up, get ready for it. They don't know what's coming with Ryan Conwell, dude. They do not know. They do not want to see Ryan Conwell on the floor. I'm telling you right now, big trouble for Orlando. So if you want to watch that game,
you want to hoist the Summer Cup, don't you?
Well, they've already done that. They did that a couple of years ago. It was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed the. I enjoyed
the final game. Was awesome.
That team was really good though. That team was full of like former first-round picks, and then Kalel and Pelle Larson. That was a very enjoyable team. Alondas Williams, Josh Christopher.
You know what they are now? Milwaukee Bucks.
I know, it's super weird. Kalel's the one that's hard. Like honestly, Tyler looks like a Milwaukee Buck. Jaime looks like a Milwaukee Buck. Kalel wearing that green stuff. I'm like, ooh. I don't know.
I mean, he
Well,
went
he's
to
back in
school
the
not too
Midwest.
far from there.
Yeah, he's back in the Midwest.
I guess. I don't know.
He went to school closer there than down here.
What does that have to do with anything?
But you saying he doesn't look like he fits there. I'm like, that's where he went to school.
I just mean it doesn't look good. Like the Milwaukee paraphernalia on him doesn't look good. It's just a weird look. That's all I'm saying.
You know what he thinks gonna look good on him? The
What?
basketball.
Okay.
Getting
Why
a
would the
chance to
basketball be
hoop.
on him? Oh, okay. Getting to play.
To shoot and get a chance to hoop.
Yeah. I would imagine as long as Taylor Jenkins as long as he heeds Taylor Jenkins and plays with that intensity. Obviously, he's got to supplant Miles Turner if they're going to have him. God, I can't believe they're stuck with Miles Turner. That's hilarious.
Oh, he's getting moved, man.
I would think so, but I don't know who wants that deal.
I mean, it would be the best, like, just for the age of all the guys, some of the guys they brought in. Get rid of Miles Turner would be probably the best way to go about it.
One would think. If you guys missed it yesterday, the Kawhi Leonard news, the Clippers and Raptors trade has been put on hold until the aspiration investigation is complete. What can you say? I mean, like this Adam Silver, he didn't want to help the Raptors out. He goes, "Oh, buyer beware," and they're like, "Really? You're gonna Miami Heat us? I guess we got to say hold." So.
Hold.
I like Adam Silver's like, listen, I just want you guys to know I do nothing. So if you guys want to trade for Kawhi, cool. But if I, don't be upset if I suspend him because I don't do anything. So just so we're clear. They're like, all right, I guess we got to wait for the trade to be official. So we'll see if there's a resolution to that anytime soon. Matthew Tkachuk, he was on his podcast and he discussed the leaving of one Sergei Bobrovsky. This is from David Dwork's Hockey News article. The quote was, "Bobby the backbone. Obviously, all our lives changed forever since the Cups. Our lives would be the exactly same, and we wouldn't have won without him. He was the guy that you relied upon. Didn't matter how good or if you were playing bad, he was going to be great. He just kept us in so many games that we didn't deserve to be in. He won us a lot of games that we didn't deserve to win. An outstanding teammate who works his absolute balls off in the gym and on the ice. I'm going to miss him a ton. An unbelievable guy. Toronto got a good one. Just one of my favorite teammates ever." So
I can see how you could feel that way and still understand. You know what I mean?
Bummer.
It'd be a shame he can't get that third ring that we about to get.
You better hope.
Man, you're really hurting. You're really hurting on right now, man.
Hey, listen. I hope
just twisting it.
I hope Leroy's right. I hope Leroy's right too. But then, like, it ain't gonna be fun if all of a sudden that Sergei Bobrovsky's bouncing us in the playoffs. It's not like that guy hasn't done that in his career before of bouncing absolute favorites out of the playoffs.
Nobody ever thought of. I haven't thought about that.
Nobody's thought about that part, have you? Oh, you mean Toronto that just got the #1 pick overall, the kid who's supposed to be a phenom, and adding to their squad because they got him out of nowhere? Yeah, you're right. I think that it is going to be terrible for Bob if he doesn't get the third ring. But what if Bob reverses course? He goes, oh, you guys thought you were getting that? All right, see ya. So we'll see.
What if?
I mean, yeah.
I know, but
That's
I'm just saying,
that's what we do with games that haven't happened.
That's what we do. The people that run teams have to be a little bit cautious with that, just making assumptions.
Do they?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Not all the time. Sometimes guys go in and they take risks on things. Honestly, and sometimes it pays off, The Seth Jones trade was
paid off all the time down here. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Hopefully you don't bite off more than you can chew. Eventually you can run out of bullets. That's all. You can heed a certain spot where it's squeaky cheeks all of a sudden.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll play a little "You're Dead to Me." That's next. All right. Welcome back, everybody. It's time to bury some people, play a little You're Dead to Me. Coming up after that, we'll talk a little UFC. UFC 329 tomorrow with Conor McGregor and Max Holloway. We will speak to former middleweight champion. Great voice, great accent. Robert Whittaker, Australian. Well, New Zealand and Australian. Claims both. He'll join the show. And Gable Steveson, who is making his UFC debut, protege of Johnny Bones Jones, Olympic gold medalist, and we'll talk some fights with them. Coming on up. But first, let's bury some people. Leroy, I'll tell you who's dead to me. This Bob Myers. Bob Myers going on Rich Paul's podcast.
Cry, baby.
Hat in hand. Pathetic. You know you're not getting LeBron. But to show up on a podcast and be like, oh, please, Rich Paul. I just thought it was so unbecoming. And I couldn't get behind that. Like, you're not Pat Riley. Pat Riley's not going on a podcast. It would be a good podcast, don't get me wrong, but it's just like you're going to Pat Riley if you want that podcast. You're not Pat Riley's not showing up to Rich Paul's studio and be like, please, Rich, make it happen. No. So this Bob Myers, I already didn't like him for the crybaby stuff, and now showing up to a podcast, dead to me. I just thought that was so ugh. You know, whatever happens, happens. Like you think LeBron doesn't know what your roster is, so you think the podcast that's going to be the difference in it? Please, what a sad look for Bob Myers. You know, to sit there while they're doing MeUndies reads or Blue Chew. You're dead to me. Who's dead to you, Leroy?
I mean, literally my right arm.
Literally.
I can't believe. After the show, I'm going to kick that chair's ass. I'm going to let him have it.
Who? The chair?
Yeah.
The chairs that hurt you?
Yeah.
You want to fight them again?
Yeah.
Were they umbrella chairs? Were they folding?
No, regular folding chairs. So instead of grabbing one, I tried to grab two.
But was it like WWE style, like what Undertaker would hit his opponents with? That kind of like a steel chair?
I had it like this. I had it like a suitcase. And I took and went to throw, and when I threw it, pop. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to take it easy, but not before this weekend's over when I got to pressure clean and get the house ready.
I think you might need to get somebody else to pressure clean.
Nope.
You're dead to me.
Glad.
It's good for you. Leroy,
Here's the problem.
You are a man of man. You're a man of man. All right.
Can I tell you why?
Oh boy, here we go.
This is one of the reasons why I have to do it. Because I can't wait for somebody else to put me on their schedule. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of a little twofold thing. I planned on doing it the whole time. And now that I realize that I probably shouldn't, I'm going to put some dirt on it. I'm going to put
maybe you get one of those makeshift pressure washers from like Home Depot.
I'm not talking about a big old heavy duty one. I got an electric one that works just as fine, just as good.
Okay. Not like you're not going to have to double barrel it.
No, I'm not out there like that.
About that. Vlad, who's dead to you?
You're dead to me.
It's the NBA, man. Come on. This Toronto Raptor Kawhi Leonard situation, it's kind of nasty. It's very nasty. It's really nasty.
At least Toronto got a chance to get out of it, though. They didn't get a chance.
And that's the nasty part. I think you know where my allegiance relies, but fair is fair. And it should be, if they knew that there was something shaky going on with Terry Rozier
they should have held off.
Of anybody that was involved in this this circus with the gambling. If they were involved and you know that teams are trying to make a move for them, you got to let the team that's trying to make the trade know that we might not want to pursue this. You might not want to pursue this individual because we are investigating. You got to let Riles and these people know. So the fact that you have a investigation going on with Steve Ballmer, the Clippers, and Kawhi, and you giving the Raptors a chance to get out of it unscathed,
right?
That's nasty work. That's the nastiest of works. So therefore, I can see not only see, I can understand why Tobin's so upset. So yeah, the NBA, if you allow the Clippers to get out, if you allow the Raptors to get out of this deal,
You're dead to me.
I think, look, obviously there are differences because this investigation has been, out in the open more so than the Terry Rozier thing was hidden from everybody. Nobody knew he was investigated until the feds said that they were investigating him. I think the thing that's disappointing about it, though, is here's where the NBA, if the NBA is going to step in here and give final warnings, there's no reason the NBA couldn't step in and just give the Miami Heat back their pick. There's no reason for it. The Miami Heat, it's not like players were traded who were kept. They traded Kyle Lowry, who was bought out. And then the biggest part of it is you never let Terry Rozier even fulfill his contract for the last back half of it, because not that he would have wanted because he stunk, but you put him on the shelf without the investigation being over. You didn't allow him to play basketball. So obviously you could step in and make some things right. Adam Silver just basically got awarded even more power this last go around with the lottery, that's the other thing that's frustrating about it, is you seem to be able to get things done timely when you want to. It's weird that this one seems to be dragging out. And I know apparently the word is that there's a lot of litigation that may come both ways, especially from the Clippers, because they may try, and who knows what's going to happen with Steve Ballmer's ownership if they're going to allow him to continue. I don't think that they want Steve Ballmer out of ownership because he's obviously got a lot of money. He built a new arena. But look, there's very few rules these owners do have to follow, and this did seem like an elaborate Ponzi scheme to make this happen. Like you're investing basically in a dead organization just to be able to keep the checks flowing to Kawhi Leonard, allegedly. So it's a really bad look. It's a really, really bad look. But at least we all knew. Like, that's the thing, is that, the Raptors want to trade for Kawhi. Obviously, they want to make a move that's seismic. They've been rumored to make moves for a while. They finally did one. But they knew, Kawhi Leonard was getting investigated. They probably just thought there's very little reason that he's going to get suspended for that.
Is Kawhi getting investigated?
Yes.
Or are the teams and the company getting investigated? Because
everybody's getting investigated.
Right. It seems weird. It's like, to investigate Kawhi didn't think of this.
You're adorable. Let me pinch your cheeks.
Wait, you think Kawhi came up with this plan, or his
He
representative?
literally built an LLC to do this. Yes.
Okay.
To make the checks go. Maybe not him, but his representation.
Okay.
His uncle and them.
Yeah.
Uncle them.
Of course he has a hand in it.
Wait, his uncle ain't telling him about the LLC.
You don't know. I mean, we don't know how business savvy Kawhi Leonard is. We have no idea.
Okay.
And the stories, the thing that's interesting is people like the Raptors have been familiar with how his uncle does business and all the requests that he had to even stay in Toronto back in the day. So obviously they got some news about what's coming down for Kawhi that scared them, because otherwise, all the stuff you're getting with Kawhi Leonard. You've already been there, done that with him, and he showed up to Kyle Lowry's. So obviously they got they either have a very scared lawyer, or they found out something that may be coming down the pipe that scared them off a little bit. So that'll be interesting to see. But as far as it goes with the Heat, yeah, it is garbage that Adam Silver kept the Heat in the dark. This just can shed more light onto it. But the thing that aggravates me even more is their solution to it was take a second round pick and shut the hell up. It's like, all right, listen, Adam Simon will go and draft a better second rounder than most of these bums will in the first round. Doesn't make it right that you take it away for a trade that shouldn't have occurred because you kept them in the dark. And the fact that they could make it right all this time and just give a make good on it, and they just choose not to because it'll open up a can of worms. It's just complete bull bleep.
The worm can is already open with all the activities going on this offseason.
Correct.
With the gambling, with the company paying Kawhi, the worms are all over the place.
Yeah, and it's time. It's. I love that laugh. So, what are you gonna do, man?
That's why he's quiet. If I laughed like that, I wouldn't talk much either.
It's just because he's a cyborg. He's not a real person. It's like he doesn't bleed. He just sparks up if you cut him open. Telling you, it's crazy. I'll let you know one last time about Sinbad Sports Soccer Tournament Swag Bundle Contest. It's valued around $300 from Sinbad Sports in the Coral Ridge Mall in Fort Lauderdale. For your chance to win, you guys can text the word pitch, P-I-T-C-H, pitch. Text that to 20357. Text pitch 20357. For more information, go to WQM.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Don't text and drive. All right. UFC 329 is tomorrow. And we got two of the headliners coming up here. The former middleweight champion, Robert Whittaker, and making his much anticipated UFC debut, Gable Steveson, called his fight in Dirty Boxing, and excited to see what he can do in the octagon. So they will join us next. Back in, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQA. I'm very excited. We got a fight weekend coming up. Tomorrow's UFC 329, and got to speak with a couple of the big fish fighting this weekend. First up, we got the Reaper, Robert Whitaker, former middleweight champion, and of course is going to be making his light heavyweight debut, and got a few minutes with him this week. All right, very excited to talk to our next guest. This guy is one of the best to ever do it, man, and very excited to see him fight and do his thing this week at UFC 329 in Las Vegas. The Reaper, Robert Whitaker, former middleweight champion, making his light heavyweight debut coming up here, man. Thanks for the time. Really appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Very cool. I loved seeing the footage of you bringing the kids. That was Goosey's galore, Robert. How has that been? How has it been being around your family this entire week and having the whole chaos around you?
Yeah, mate, I am a blessed man. Like it is great. I'm not longing to go home. I'm not longing to go see my wife. I'm not, I don't have that homesickness that I normally do. Normally by this time I'm not eating much. I'm pretty, I just want to go home. I'm waiting, I'm counting down the days until I can fly back. Whereas now, like I'm happy. I'm chilling. I'm looking forward to the wake up. I'm looking forward to earning my wage, to putting in my work on Saturday. So I feel like it's less of a split in attention.
How are your kids liking it? Do they like what their dad does for a living, punching people in the face and doing really cool things? I imagine that's got to be one of the coolest things in school to tell kids this is what my dad does. But do they enjoy being around it?
Yeah, I think the older kids are getting used to it. They getting to see it. I took my oldest and my two other boys to like all the media stuff and media shoot, and I think they're very proud of me for doing that. I think it's opened their eyes a little bit to what what their dad does.
And so you could kind of see like, oh my God, I can't believe like my dad's a big deal. Like, because your kids can always humble you.
Oh, well, my kids always just see me. Like whenever they get home, it's like usually between sessions, and it's like my rest time. So I'm just on the computer, on the games. I'm just cruising, like laying down. That's all they see me do. So constantly, they're just like, "Dad, you're always on the games. You don't do anything." And I'm like, "I do heaps. You just don't see it." So I feel like this finally gives them an inside look into just what it is that I do.
Do you challenge your kids in any video games? Because my son and I on the Nintendo Switch, I love humbling him on Mario Kart. Do you have a go-to? Do your kids think they could beat you at a game and you just have to smoke them?
I smoke them in most everything, right? But there's one game that it's so chaotic and there's so much going on that I don't win every time, even when I'm sweating. Like when I'm tryharding it the best, it's Super Smash Brothers.
Oh,
okay, Super Smash Bros. Because I got 5 kids, so there's like me and 4 others on the game. Okay, and there's item drops. There's just crap everywhere. We play 5 stock, mate. You can't switch off at all, and it's like you do everything right and still get cleaned up just by luck or by positioning or like one of the other kids dog shotting you. It is the best, and it makes it fun for me because it's like I have to try hard this game just to be competitive.
It's Smash Bros is probably the go-to for me and my son. He's 10. He knows all of the tricks that I didn't have Smash Bros when I was growing up. It was just that I was and like he's got so many tricks up his sleeve. I'm like, what do you mean this is timed? He limits the weapons. He'll throw in, oh yeah, you didn't know that you had that. So I mean, I get very frustrated with him. I'm like, you have a new gimmick up your sleeve at all times. But you're right, that game is just pure chaos. There's just nothing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, I got this guy working for me, and then you're getting thrown against the screen. You're dead.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be having like a great one-on-one with my 11-year-old, and then my 5-year-old will come in with a ray gun at some point and blow me up from half a screen away. It's so fun. It's so fun.
I always love watching your fight styles. I was always curious about this, like that very novice. I apologize if I sound stupid saying this, but like I love, like you have this lightness on your feet, like this bounciness that I just feel is so cool. Like watching, I would be exhausted fighting you because it just feels like you can come from any angles. Where did you develop that style of like, always bouncing on the feet, being able to come from different angles and things like that? When did you know that was going to be something that worked for you?
It's not. I didn't. It's not that I had a point where I thought it was going to work. It's just that's just the style that I developed, and it definitely stems from my karate roots. So I started my journey in mixed martial arts and martial arts in general started with karate, goju-ryu, and from there it's just kind of colored the entire, my entire fight style.
Was there ever a point anybody wanted to take that out of you, like a coach, or did you know like this is something that I'm going to carry with me throughout a mixed martial arts career?
There's been many times and you can see in different fights, certain fights I rein it back a little bit, or some fights I'm bouncing extra high. It's like it's a give and take sort of thing, because I've got so much tape of myself out there that people see what I do and they formulate different ways to counter that sort of elusiveness. So I've been adjusting it over the course of my career and fights moving forward.
I know you've done a ton of stuff on the moving up weight classes, and then it feels more comfortable for you. Was there anything, I guess, surprising in prep that you were like, oh, I didn't think about I was either going to have this advantage or this? Just getting ready for a fight that's 20 pounds heavier than I'm used to.
Yeah, definitely. When I first started training at the heavier weight, the mechanics were off. Things just didn't flow the way they used to. My brain was thinking move, technique, or speed of an attack would be like this, and my body wouldn't replicate it. So that took a little bit to get both in sync. I started the camp probably out of shape, bit more unfit, bit more fat and body weight on me, and I trimmed it down, fueled my body, and just leaned it up to the point where I'm walking around 220 quite lean.
I know obviously you're used to taking damage and things happening in the fight game. I'm curious about this because Conor McGregor's fighting this week. He's obviously coming off that broken leg, and you've been through injuries, but when you had the broken jaw a couple fights back, is that like one of those where do you think I want to do this anymore? Because I feel like we all look at that as non-fighters, and I'm like, that would make me never want to do something like that again. But you have to just come back to getting used to getting punched in the face. Is there ever a thing in your mind of like, hey, I'm good, I have to get through to the next fight, to being used to that when you see your body like that, or are you just used to body dysmorphia and we're the recovery process of going into a next fight?
Yeah, well, I guess my jaw didn't break that fight. It was the teeth.
The teeth, yes, the teeth.
Moved. Yeah. And that's fine. I've hurt my teeth before. I guess in the fight game, there's injury. You don't really worry about injuries. You can't worry about it. As long as you don't die, you go stronger. You know what I mean?
It's the level. That's the level. As long as you're still going.
Yeah, as long as you don't die, you got stronger.
What is Robert Whitaker's go-to streaming or binging show? Are you like a House of Dragons guy, a Love Island? Like what is when you are just getting away from fighting and no video games? Do you have to watch something with Mrs. Whitaker that you sneakily like but don't admit?
Nah, there's a couple of shows that I'll admit them though, but I haven't been watching them this time. We haven't been watching anything really, but a few of her shows that she puts on that you start tuning into, like the OC. That was a good one.
Oh yeah, I remember that coming up.
That was a great one. Gossip, another one where she kept putting it on. I kept watching it in the back. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then you just
and then so do you have a rule in your household? Like, will there be a show that's just your show? Because I can get into arguments with my wife where she's like, well, I didn't know that you liked it. So she just took off and she started watching 5 episodes without me. I was like, well, wait a minute. You always watch this with me. Even though it's technically your show. Are there any of those ground rules in the Whitaker household of you gotta stick around? No going off on your own watching the show.
Not really. Not really. If there's a show, I'll watch with her because I don't watch shows often. I'll let her watch her show and I'll just read a book. Okay, so the chance that I'll actually tune in and watch something with her is rare enough that if there's something that I'm interested in watching, she will not watch it without me.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you guys have those boundaries there. It's important. It is important.
100%. Got to spend time with your wife.
You have to. It's a must. Robert Whitaker is going to be fighting UFC 329. He's making his light heavyweight debut. Obviously, you've done great things in the sport. How do you, I guess, look at this? Is this like a first step to a title shot, or is it just see how it goes and the career goes as it goes? Like, what are you looking at this Saturday?
My goals in my career right now is to bring my kids along for the journey, to get them some new experiences, to experience the UFC, for me to go out there and execute the plans and work that I put in for months, get the win on Saturday, and that's it. That's as far as, like, bring the love back into the game. That's as far as my objectives are right now.
Well, you're a joy to watch, man. We appreciate you. Best of luck this weekend. Enjoy it. Enjoy it with your family. And thanks for always giving us time.
I appreciate you, brother.
He is a delight. Love the accent. Absolute badass. Cool dad. And it's always a privilege to get to talk to Robert Whitaker. Wishing him the best of luck coming up on Saturday. Also on the card, and this is what I think a lot of people are really excited. Don't blink, because it's not thought that it's going to last very long, but Gable Steveson, who is probably one of the most highly touted heavyweight prospects in a long, long time. I mean, yeah, I would say probably since Ngannou, but he's younger. Like Ngannou, he kind of came in, he was already a little bit long in the tooth. Same with Daniel Cormier. You know, this guy is coming into the UFC, 26 years old. He's already won 3 fights plus a dirty boxing match. I called his match back in November, which lasted 15 seconds against Billy Swanson in Nashville. And everybody thinks he has the potential to be the next big thing. He is a former Olympic gold medalist, and he is being trained under the tutelage of John Bones Jones. So got a chance to speak with Gable this week about his upcoming UFC debut. Very excited to talk to our next guest. This man is going to be making his highly anticipated UFC debut coming up here at UFC 329 this weekend. Gable Steveson, appreciate your time, man. Thank you for joining us here.
I appreciate it. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's exciting. It's exciting to see you get to do your thing. It was a thrill to call your dirty boxing fight back in November. And man, I mean, that was electric. That was the whole thing. Everybody,
cool.
the whole world was waiting to see it. And
it's just like how it is now, you know, highly anticipated. They were highly anticipated to see if I could box. And now they're highly anticipated to see a UFC debut. It's just the same story each time. The anticipation gets bigger each and every time.
You're not, I mean, you have to be used to that because everybody has intrigue on like what your career path's been. You've challenged yourself with football and all that stuff. Like, what is it about you that makes you always want to take those kinds of leaps?
Dedication, opportunity, motivation. I'm a man that wants to keep getting bigger and better. But this is the right path for me, and it will be big.
You know, it was interesting seeing you that fight week because you really do keep a calm demeanor, but being there at the weigh-in that night on before your dirty box debut, man, we saw like the switch flip. Is that like a common thing you've noticed through the fight buildups? Like, does it feel like when it gets to seeing your opponent, the nice Gable kind of goes away and it's competitive mode, or is that something you carried with you always?
Most definitely, it's a competitive mode. I like to keep it cool before every event. I'm nice to people. I like to shake hands and meet people and have a great conversation with a lot of people. But when it's time to get down to business, you know, that switch is gonna flip, and it's unique that I can do that. But it's bad for the opponent.
What is so like? What's your process like when you go into it? Because that was probably like 24 hours you go into it. Do you find it like getting a workout in, or do you feel like you just got to be away from people? Like, what is the process when you do have to flip into that mode?
The process, it just happens. You know, it's literally just the flip of the switch. It could be a second, it could be a couple seconds for me to build into it. But you know, when it's time to compete, everything changes. You know, the nice guy goes out. It's time to win, and it's time to dominate.
And then what's the euphoria like when it pays off? Because I imagine like there's got to be some level of like, man, a lot of people are going to be, you know, wondering what I'm going to do. But when it goes, I guess, better than maybe you could have anticipated because it goes, you execute it perfectly. Is it relief? Is it exuberance? Like, what are the feelings you have when you do go through with success?
Yes, it's a big it's not a big relief. It's just a big I don't know how to explain it. It might be a big relief to go out there and, you know, hey, wow, it went the way that was in my dreams. You know, I visioned this. I visioned this the day before, a couple of days before. And I have big visions all the time of how fights are gonna go and how things are gonna go. And my visions have always almost been always correct of how things can possibly go. Especially when I'm prepared to the fullest like I am now.
What's been your visions for this weekend?
I got big visions. I got a lot. I've actually had many visions of how I could possibly win this week and how dominating it could be. You know, probably every few minutes, you know, I sit there and I just in my head it just replays. It always replays, and then I think about it. I stop thinking about it for a little bit, and then it'll always come back to me. But I visualize almost half the day, almost just walking around. And I'll see it, and I'll get back to a normal conversation after. So it's always been normal like that.
Is it always a fast visualization? Because all of your fights have been very fast.
Some of them are long. Some of them are grind. Some of them are going through the grind. Some of them are a big hit. Some of them are a quick win in the first round. Some of them are how could I do this that leads into a next move that leads into the next move. They're all different type of visions.
What's been the thing, I guess, in you know, getting ready for this and your prep? What was the thing that has been the toughest? Like when you think about your preparation and all the work you put in for it, what didn't you think was going to be as hard as has been very difficult? When you're like, oh my God, I didn't think this was going to be that difficult. In a fighter life.
Everything was hard. You know, everything was really hard. You know, I went to Albuquerque and I was sitting at 7,000 elevation every day, practicing 3 times a day. Everything was hard. You know, it has to be that way because you want the fight, you want the training to be so hard that when you get to the fight, you have seen everything and everything should be easier than you think. So I practiced 3 times a day for many weeks, sitting at 6,000, 7,000 altitude a day, grinding. And so we're prepared.
Do you, I mean, how do you want your, you know, sometimes like the people around you and the athlete can be different. Cause I imagine, you know, you're a guy who's always had big dreams and aspirations. How much do you look at your path of just being first fight to getting to the highest of high at UFC? Like, do you want that journey? Do you have a year timeline on it? Like how much do you envision that?
I envision that a lot. I don't envision the timeline, but I envision going through and beating who needs to be beat. And it starts Saturday too. My vision started with what can happen Saturday and what will happen. So I'm excited to go out there and put it all together and make sure that this is a victory that's flawless and undeniable.
Has there? I got to ask you this because I know your relationship with John and all that in the lead up with John Jones and the training you've done with him. You know, this White House card that just happened between Alex Bejeda and Ciryl Gane. You know, I can't believe that John Jones like did what he did to Ciryl Gane, seeing what Ciryl did to Alex Bejeda. Like, do you ever marvel about like the talent of the guy who you are learning from? Because it is kind of something that puts in perspective when you see how fast he was able to beat Ciryl Gane, and then seeing how dangerous Ciryl Gane is to one of the most dangerous guys in the sport.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see John as a guy that has a lot of talent, but he wouldn't have me work 3 times a day if he didn't work 3 times a day in his career. So he's definitely a hard worker. He's definitely a man of conditioning, and we focus on a lot of conditioning in this camp. And but his skills are undeniably the best. You know, it's great to learn from him, but it's also great to have him as he's my main training partner too. So every practice we do, he's practicing with me. He's hands-on. He's going through the motions on how to block, how to return, how to do everything, kicks and everything. So to have him as a coach is great, but also have him as a main training partner is fantastic too.
But how much like must it suck? Because it just looks painful to fight John Jones. Like he's so good with like the elbows, making his opponents uncomfortable. Like what are those things that you're learning in there in those training sessions of like just the ability he's able to just make his opponents suffer?
Yeah, he's really good at making his opponents suffer, and he's really good at setting a lot of traps to kind of set them up for failure. John is going against him every day in practice is an honor, and he does the same things to me, but he also teaches me how to react quick, how to block quick, and if he's gonna do one thing, then be watch out for the next thing. I think a lot of people train for the 1-2, but what if a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comes? Are you going to be ready for that? And so the John is more of a, hey, if a 1-2 comes, be ready for a 3, 4, 5, 6. And so we're prepared for the after the punch, after what's going to happen. How is the guy going to react if he gets hit? He's more in the psychological realm of how can you deteriorate an opponent before it happens.
How much have you felt yourself improve from the time I saw you get a knockout in November? I got to imagine that you're night and day as far as like, you know, even more in the gym with striking.
I think it's a whole different athlete. It's a whole different fighter. It's a mixed martial artist now. You know, I spent a lot of months with John now. Every day, every single day, we get our MMA hours up. I have so many wrestling hours, and I feel like that's why I was so great at wrestling. But now I have so many MMA hours that it's gonna match how many hours I have in wrestling. So it's an honorable experience.
Before we get you out of here, what's been the most enjoyable experience so far this week? Just taking in the scene. And I imagine that's got to be a cool thing for you. Like just arriving, seeing the UFC festivities and all that type of stuff. Has there been a moment where you're just like, man, all right, we reached one part of the goal. We're here.
Yeah, I think the experience of being here with the UFC is amazing. You know, UFC 329, the biggest card of the year. I'm just honored to be here, and I'm honored to go out there and win. That's number one for me. Also, just win.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to it, man. Best of luck coming
it.
up, and we think big things ahead for you, man. So thank you for giving us some time. Looking forward to watching you on Saturday.
Well, I'll see you again.
All right, sounds good. Gable Steveson, go check him out. UFC 329 making his UFC debut. Could be the future heavyweight champion of the world right there. Appreciate Gable. Appreciate Robert Whitaker. Appreciate you all this week for stopping by the show. Hope everybody has a great weekend out there, and we will talk to you rascals on Monday.